I know what was wrong. Hi guys, we're live. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Size Up. We are live on both platforms. Praise the Lord. Thank you guys for joining us today. This
You
is
gotta ask TT if you can have some candy.
for our last show.
No, I say I gave grandma candy.
Oh, you got candy?
Our last show of the year that we have going on.
Hey.
And so we will be back though on the 2nd of January. But we just won't be back. We'll be back on the 2nd of January. We just won't be back until then. So we're taking a little break. Christmas is coming up. It's actually Saturday. So I just wanted to know from you guys if y'all had any big things planned or what y'all had planned for Christmas.
Well, I'm just gonna be chilling with the family and going to eat, at the in-laws' house. And
What they cooking?
the question is, what are they not cooking? So I'm cooking collard greens and no, collard greens and homemade baked mac and cheese, my specialty,
Mm-hmm.
and just some turkey here at the house. They
Okay.
always do turkey ham.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
That's
about
what
it. Just hang with the girls, make cookies and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Wendy,
Yes.
okay. What you got playing for the holiday?
Dang it. I think we're going over my sister's house. I don't know yet.
Okay.
If it was up to me, I'd stay home and watch a Christmas story all day.
Do they still play that on a continuous loop all day on TV?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
TNT.
TNT.
TNT first and then
Okay.
TBS.
Okay. Oh, I love that movie.
Mhm.
Oh,
But you can stream it on HBO.
huh?
On HBO Max. You can stream it on HBO Max. That's probably what I will do because I'm tired of the commercials.
Yeah, the commercials, I don't be feeling them. I don't be feeling them at all. But speaking of that, tomorrow we will be on its own. And y'all, welcome Charmaine, by the way. I'm so sorry. I ain't introduced nobody. What is wrong with me?
Hey.
I am Vicskeyas Faith. I got Wendy and we got a special guest Charmaine today. We was hoping that Heather was gonna be here with us as well, but I guess I don't know what happened. At any rate, we're super excited for you guys to join us today on this episode of Size Up. But make sure y'all also check us out tomorrow on its own because our main topic for tomorrow is going to be our top 10 Christmas favorites.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of do a small recap, not a long one,
Hmm.
of kind of some of the big shows of the year. We talked about like Lovecraft Country didn't come back, and just some other shows that they have done that did well, critically well.
Hmm.
And then of course, Manifest. So we petitioned to get that back on the air. And we were all mad about Manifest. So just things like that. So we'll just kind of recap the year just a little bit, not a whole lot, but we are going to talk about our top 10 Christmas favorite movies.
Yes.
I love Christmas movies. I will sit and watch all of the Lifetime and all of the Hallmark and all of the BET and all of the whatever Christmas
Yep.
movies.
Yep.
All
I
that.
will watch it, but only in December. Now, when they start coming on in October, that's a little
They
bit too
start
excessive.
for Hallmark. Hallmark, they start the Christmas. I be like, bro, can we get Halloween and Thanksgiving out the way?
Can we
Child.
get some get some fall movies in? Come on.
Yeah, at any rate.
Because you had Christmas in July, then you have a couple of months of
Right.
regular movies, and then October, here comes the Christmas movies. You like, come on.
Right.
So I'm excited. I've seen some little cheesy ones. I've seen some funny ones. But we have a top 10, so we are going to discuss those on tomorrow. I cannot wait
Yep.
to discuss those. Today we're doing our year in review, and we're covering topics in entertainment, the national news, sports, the hot topics. And to narrow it down, because we know this is typically a longer show than what we are used to. Um, what we normally do, because normally we're about an hour and a half. So normally this is pretty long. However, I don't anticipate it being, excuse me, a long, drawn out show, because we have cut some things down. Because normally we just be talking. We just be talking. But we have narrowed it down to top 3 topics in each category. And we're going to do a calendar of events. Y'all seen those calendars that's been going around for the year, of things that have happened throughout the year. That was just funny and significant, and it just worked for us. So I'll throw in a couple of honorable mentions on those. But we got the calendar set up and everything. And then we're also going to honor those that we lost this past year in 2021. I know the year is not completely over. We only got a couple of weeks in the month left, but we do have people that we did lose this year, and so we are gonna do that. So this is kind of a recap of what we're doing today. So y'all get a snack, get some popcorn,
yes,
get my wine, Jesus, yes, and just come on in, join in on the conversation, leave a comment, be involved. We welcome it. Let me get my little shit.
Okay. But I put my.
Yeah, let me get my share screen on here.
Come on in, everybody. Come on in. We got time today. Today we got time.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yes,
All
we
right.
do.
So we are going to get started with our top 3 shine stories of the year. This is a tough one because we had quite a few shine stories. I think we did a whole episode dedicated to just giving people their shine. And what I like about this segment that we do here at the Size Up is that we want to give people their flowers while they're here. We don't want to wait till they're gone.
That's
to
right.
recognize them for the great things that they are doing in our community and in the world. So
that's right.
This is something that I thought that we should add to what we do, because we talk about a lot of hot topics, we talk about a lot of politics and reality, but this is just a bright spotlight on people that they're doing well. So we're gonna kick it off with Amanda Gorman.
Love it.
Amanda Gorman was the youngest poet to read at the inauguration. She wrote a poem for the inauguration and she read it there. And it put her on a bigger platform. Now, what a lot of people did not know was Amanda got into writing poetry and reciting poetry because she had a speech impediment that she needed to overcome. And so I think one of her teachers encouraged her at a young age to start writing poetry. And so now, as you can see, she's doing her thing. I'm super proud. She's, as a result of that, have been featured on quite a few things over this past year. She signed a modeling contract with IMG Models. We're super excited for her. She's only 22. Well, she might be 23 now, but she was 22 years old when she read the poem. So we want to definitely give this sister flowers and make sure that we are looking watching what she's doing and just being in her corner. What did you guys think about the inauguration? I know we talked about it. I know we talked about the fashions at the inauguration too, because they slayed, baby. They slayed.
Honey, our former first lady, my forever first lady, Michelle Obama. I'm talking about slaying.
She
killed it.
I mean, the Madam Vice President, she slayed. The second ladies, the first lady slayed, and our former first lady slayed.
Yes. The second
she
lady.
Put the laid in slayed.
But they did an excellent job with the fashion. It was quite cold in DC at that point in time.
And hold on, Bernie Sanders with the mittens.
Understand that I ain't mad at Bernie, because I would have been Bernie, because I don't like nothing cold. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I would have had.
I think he forgot that the inauguration was there. He just said, "I just went to pick up my mail."
I really think I think the
Lies.
interns failed him that day. I really do. However, I don't care if I had forgot or not. It gets cold up there in the north. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, it
I'm
does.
not feeling no cold. That's the only reason why I will not relocate to anywhere up in the north. You got to be paying me some good money, and when it's snow on the ground, I got to be able to work from home. That's the only way I would leave the south
Wow.
to go to the north. Because
Okay.
I'm not about that life. I ain't doing it.
Good to know. Good to know.
I'm not.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Okay. All right. Time Athlete of the Year. We didn't talk about this last week, but Simone did
Yes.
a lot this year.
Yes.
She is one of the fiercest athletes I know. A lot of things took place over the past year. Actually, last year, was it Larry? Is it not Nasser, who was the the team doctor for
Yes.
the U.S. Olympic team
Uh-huh.
for the women's gymnastics specifically? They found out that he had sexually abused so many different kids and children, young ladies
Right.
throughout his history of time of being the doctor there. So she had to
Yeah.
testify against this man. She and a couple of other U.S. Olympians, they testified that showed
Yeah.
strength and courage. Not
Yes.
only that, during the Olympics, which was rescheduled to this year because they were the 2020 Olympics, but because of Rona Jenkins, we had
Right.
to have we had to have the Olympics this year
Uh-huh.
over in Japan. Instead of her backing out of that situation and saying, you know what, um, I'm just gonna go home because she did withdraw from the Olympics
Yes.
because mentally she was not there. A lot of people clowned her for that. I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with them clowning her at all.
Not at all.
And I
Not at
disagree with
all.
it because what really ticked me off about them clowning her was she could have a life altering injury if mentally she's not there to do what she
Right.
needs to do
Right.
for the Olympics and
What
perform.
about that? Right. What about that?
Right.
Right.
So I didn't have a problem with it. And instead of getting up there and potentially messing up to where she is going to sacrifice her health, she decided to step down. That was a big thing that
Yes.
she did. I was super proud of her for doing it. But what made me even more proud was she didn't get on no plane to go to the house. She said, "You know what? Let
Right.
me stay here and let me coach my team. Let me be there for
Right.
them. Let me be their sounding board. Let me cheer them
Right.
on." And that's what I enjoyed about
Mhm.
her time. So to me, I thought this was a very deserving accolade for the year. That
Absolutely.
she got Time Athlete of the Year. What do you guys think
And
about
I also think that they was trying to calm her down a little bit with all of the stuff that she can do on in gymnastics. You know, she was getting points deducted for hard stunts because other people couldn't do them.
and
And
mentally
so,
that messes with you. So think about this. You tell me I'm the best at this. I'm creating
mhm,
stuff. Okay. I'm
Right.
over here being creative than a mug, and
Right.
you deducting points.
because nobody else can do
Because
it.
no,
Because can't nobody else do it.
where they do that at?
Did they deduct points from Michael? Did
No.
they, Cosby?
No.
I'm telling to see what the problem is. You're you're not mad when the people win the
Right.
game because they shoot 60 points a game. You're
Right.
Mhm.
like, I'm confused.
Right.
Super confused. So
And you're not deducting Michael Phelps for being the fastest. You
no,
know,
that
I'm like, it all has to do with her color. It
mm-hmm.
is. She's a black girl that's
Period.
doing stuff,
Period.
and they were like, dang it, here they go again. You know, because it just we're just better. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just sorry. We as a race, we're smarter, we're better.
Yep.
I
When
can't
we
argue
actually
with
put it things
that.
together, when we actually put our minds to it, we can just go above and beyond. And they don't like that.
Yeah,
That's right. That's
yeah.
right.
So I didn't, like I said again, didn't agree with how they did her in that respect. And I definitely didn't agree with people clowning her for doing doing what was best for her in that situation. Sometimes I feel like people feel like athletes are robots. And we talked about this earlier this year. You think that their only job is to entertain you sports wise. You think that their only job is to shoot a ball or catch a ball or run in the end zone or flip or swim.
Yeah.
They are people just like you are as well. And half of y'all that was complaining about the baby dropping out the race, y'all can't do no cartwheels, okay? It's tall, okay?
Right.
I'm just saying, you can't do a cartwheel. So explain to me how this is a situation in which you get to have an opinion and comment on this baby's life.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah,
why is your mouth open and
why?
You can't even do one jump?
No.
I don't understand.
You can barely jump up off the ground, but you're talking about what this girl is doing.
Okay.
Let these babies make decisions that are right. Think about how many other athletes that have hurt themselves. I remember, what's that baby's name? Carrie Strug. When I was a little girl, and we were watching. Well, I might not have been so little. I might have been in high school. Whatever Olympics there was, where Carrie Strug and Dominique Dawes and all of them were on the Olympic team together. And that baby's foot was hurt, but she was still expected to go and do that vault jump. Y'all remember that?
I remember that.
She was still expected to go do that vault jump, and it was just like, and I'm like, why is she jumping? And she hurt. Like she leg wrapped up, she hobbling to go do the vault jump. Like that's not.
And didn't she do it and landed it with the hurt leg?
Yeah, she did.
Yes, she did.
But here's the thing: she hurt herself. Why should she have to? You ain't nobody else saying to do no vault jump. We can't take her out. Like those are the things, and that's been the norm in sports across the board. My child hurt himself. I'm sorry, I don't care what football team he playing for.
Right.
We out until he gets healed and better, because I know that those injuries, the sports injuries, are life altering. Period.
My two daughters, one is a basketball player, one is a cheerleader.
Right.
Baby, if they stub their toe, I'm like, let's go sit down, because I need my child to live and be healthy.
Absolutely.
I don't need you to have to worry about performing for somebody else. What about your quality of life? What about that?
Absolutely.
You remember that basketball player that he had hurt his leg and it went out of his skin?
Oh, girl. Yes.
Ooh,
girl.
Zion
and just to see the reactions of the other players, they was like sick to their stomach.
I clutched my pearls. He's playing in the NBA now, but yes, it's because he had gotten drafted. I remember that I think it was like one of the college either the playoffs or one of the championship games. But he was already expected to be picked up by an NBA team at that point in juncture. And he hurt himself. Yeah. Awful.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. I had to throw
somebody from was robbed. She was robbed. He was robbed. He was robbed.
The name of the people that won, it was a group of 3.
She was robbed.
Let me say this. Wendy Moten, and I know who Wendy Moten is because when I was in middle school, did that song come out of middle school? Come on in out of the rain.
That was like in 92. But she's my cousin's cousin. She's my aunt's cousin.
Aunt's cousin.
No, because like my aunt is not my blood aunt. She married my uncle.
Oh.
Okay.
So she's related to my aunt's side. So she's my cousin's cousin.
Okay.
She was robbed. I said she was robbed. She should have won.
At gunpoint. Robbed at gunpoint.
I think Wendy is 52, 53 years old.
57.
She's 57?
She's 57.
She looks good.
Almost 60 years old.
Wendy Moten, and she's been engaged for some decades.
Decades? Ooh. I didn't know about that, T.
They said 53. Somebody had said 53. They had an article that said she's 57 years old.
57.
Baby, I'm going on.
Let me verify that. Let me verify it though.
Allegedly.
Okay, well let me say this while Wendy is verifying it because I thought she was like 53. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm sorry. 56.
50, oh God. Okay.
Okay.
So listen.
All right.
um, I'm super proud of her for doing this. I remember when I was at Jackson State, I had a classmate who was like 70 some years old. She wanted to, she got her degree in music education. She always wanted to go to school. I talked to her. I was like, "Why are you here? You know, girl, girl, 70. I'm retired. Do you understand me? I'm at the house. I'm on a yacht. I'm on a plane somewhere. The kids grown and gone and living their lives. I'm living mine too. What are you doing here?" And she was like, "Baby, I did that. I was married. I think her husband had died, had kids. She always wanted to go to school, but never did it, and decided at 60 some years old she's gonna go to school. And she did it in 4 years, graduated with honors from Jackson State University. I cannot remember her name, but that girl was 70 years old when she walked across that stage. Listen,
Wow.
it is never too late to have the life that you want to have. It ain't, as long as you got breath in your body,
Thank you.
as long as you are alive and kicking, do your thing. I was super proud of her. I've been following her career since that song came out because I didn't know who she was before that song came out. And then I know she's been on the road singing, background artist and that sort of thing. She's been doing her thing and she's been traveling and she's been living her dreams. But this is one of the ones who need her own. She needs to be as big as Beyonce, as Lizzo, is because she is that phenomenal.
Yes.
And you know what? I would have loved for her to sing her song "Coming In Out of the Rain" as one of those things.
Yeah.
I would have loved her to
But
sing that.
But when I tell you, she rocked that. She did that.
And girl, when she fell, I'm sorry, I kind of cracked up a little bit.
Is that what
I
said? She hurt her arm?
Both of them. She fell because it was her and the two other people, Paris and that white girl singing with Blake. And she fell on one of the speakers. And I'm like, you had to be kind of a little bit of lit.
No, you can trip. I'm clumsy. Let me say this. I am the clumsiest person that I know.
I am too. But that is too big to miss.
There and I would trip and fall.
It was too big to miss. You didn't see it.
No, you didn't. It was. But I'm just saying. Correct. I have done that. That's what I'm telling you. I done fell on stuff. You see what I'm saying? She's older.
I had to.
Yeah, I don't know if she was lit, but
me three.
She's older.
I think she was a little bit lit.
You think she was lit?
I think she had.
I don't know.
Had something.
But
she was a little bit lit.
I'm gonna say this. I'm proud of Wendy. I'm glad that she took the opportunity. If
she was robbed,
anything comes of it, I have a feeling that somebody up there on this stage is gonna scoop her up and bring her in. And
if not Blake gonna give her something. Blake gonna help her get something.
You got John Legend, you got Ariana Grande. Is Kelly Clarkson still on there? Is she on there?
Yeah. Because the girl named Tom was under her team.
Right. I didn't. Her and the other girl, the other black girl. That was it. Them were the only two for me. Jerkensio, whatever her name is, that heifer can blow too. Listen, them two sisters was singing and sang all the people under the table. I do believe she was robbed. I would have been, come on, Wendy. Wendy should have won. That's how I feel. But that's okay. It's okay because greater is coming. So congratulations to Wendy. She was a runner-up on The Voice. And I didn't even mention that she was on The Voice, but y'all know now. She was on The Voice. And she did an amazing job, and I'm so proud of her. So Memphis is on. Wendy Moulton. Woohoo! Woo! All right, so one of our big top reality stories is in the calendar. can't hear you because you're on mute.
Check the private.
Ah! Ah!
Okay, go ahead. We can talk
Okay.
about it now.
I'm sorry. I was kind of trying to see what stories I was going to pick out for this. And of course, two stories are very controversial, and one is a celebration story. And so we're going to talk about it. The very first one is the cookout.
And who told you about the cookout?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Who told you? Who told you about the cookout?
So first of all, let me say this.
Who?
I have watched Big Brother, but it has been so long since I have watched Big Brother. So Wendy and Heather watched the Big Brother show, okay? Because I watch a lot of TV anyway. So, and my mama, so it was y'all three had told me about Big Brother. Y'all, all three of y'all told me about the cookout. It wasn't just you and my mama. Because my mama, girl, you need to be watching Big Brother. I don't watch Big Brother, Mom. I'm sorry. I watch the celebrity ones and maybe one of the other seasons. The black people are usually the ones to go first. Okay. The white people get together and they vote the black people off the island. You know, I know this ain't Survivor, but this is typically the recipe for all of these competition type shows. Okay.
And I'm thinking this is gonna be the last time this is gonna happen.
Yeah, they're gonna have small alliances from here on out to take them to because they. But this was very phenomenal. These 6 people of color got together. They made an alliance. Was this day what? Day what?
They won.
They won.
They won.
Made an alliance that they would be the last 6 at the
And
end.
the bottom middle is Tiffany. And she came up with the idea of each of them having a +1, like a pawn.
Yeah.
So if any of their pawns go up, they will go up and the pawns will go home.
Correct.
And that worked perfectly. And I don't know why Derek X said that Derek X, but the one up top, Derek F, Big D was trying to take all the credit for it. But people plainly knew that it was Tiffany.
It was Tiffany
that had that plan into action. Because if they didn't do it like that, guess what? The cookout wouldn't have been as successful as it was.
Absolutely.
I yield my mic.
Right. So Derek, I'm sorry, Xavier and Tiffany won. Xavier won, and Tiffany was the fan favorite.
The household, the Americans' favorite.
Right.
And Derek and Big D won 75,000. Derek Xavier won 750,000.
Right.
And Tiffany won 50,000. Now, this is also the first season that they increased it because it normally was 500,000, 50,000, and 25,000.
Right. So they did increase it, so the stakes were higher. So I'm super excited about this. This was really good. It was a well executed plan. Did it mean that they didn't have any problems? Yeah, they had some problems. They had some drama. They had some drama queens in the group,
especially Big D.
Huh?
Big D was the most drama.
He was the queen of the group.
And for them to say that they had to think of the bigger picture than what their personal gain.
Yeah.
And it also showed how we as a group, as Black people, what we can accomplish.
Yeah.
When we decide to think about the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
And I was so excited about it. Yeah. I remember I said, girl, this is the first time they had a whole bunch of Black folks on there, and they talking about we ain't sending home no Black folks. We're gonna send these other folks home.
Absolutely. And they deserve.
And you tripped me out. You had to binge watch it. Well, how long did it take you to binge watch it?
It didn't take me long because I had days where I didn't have anything to do, so I was watching it. So I was on. I got caught up. So it was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it unfold, even though y'all had already told me I didn't have a problem watching it unfold. It was really, really good. And I was super excited for this. So congratulations to the cookout for doing it. Now, again, people are gonna be peeping it out.
Now they're saying it's a rumor that Tiffany and Kylan, whatever his name is, the one that got mad, the one that's half Mexican and half black, that they having some things going on. And you know, Derek is it Derek X, the Asian guy,
Yeah.
and Claire, they're together.
Oh, they know they're actually together in real life. That's
yes.
Cute. All right. Okay. Moving right along. Now,
wow.
This was a really big story this year. It kind of played out a little bit on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Am I correct in that saying that? Because you know I don't watch.
Yes, okay. That's what they made it all about. Basically, go ahead.
Okay, I don't have all the particulars of the story. Wendy, this is your forte because I watch Salt Lake City, I watch Potomac, and I watch Atlanta. I've caught a couple of episodes of Jersey. That's as far as I have gone. So I don't know all the ladies. So can you kind of give us like a recap of what happened with this case?
So basically, they're saying that Eric Girardi did not pay the settlements that he won from cases. If you don't know who Eric Girardi is, if you have seen, Tom Girardi. Yeah, Tom Girardi. I said Eric Girardi. I'm sorry. Tom Girardi is, if you have seen Eric Brockovich, he was one of the major lawyers that helped them the people win against PG&E. That's the water company in California.
Right.
And so he's been winning big settlements. So to my understanding, there was allegedly, because I don't think he has been allegedly. Allegedly, he won some cases on a flight and some people got killed and folks got injured, and he helped win the settlement and did not pay them their money. And so it's
real quick, how does that happen? Because is he the sole attorney at the firm, or are there other partners involved?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So when, and it doesn't look good with Erica, because
it looks like
and then when we talk about the other one, then I'm gonna say what I have to say.
We're gonna talk about the other one on here.
I see that. But because Erica flaunts her lifestyle on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they're going after Erica as well.
Right.
But Erica's saying that she really doesn't know anything about it. She thought that he was paying the clients and all that kind of stuff. And then people also forget that yes, she is a star. She's a singer, and she may not be the top of the charts, but hey y'all, hey Rashida. She may not be the top of the charts, but she has made money, and then she was on Broadway, and then she gets paid from the show too.
Correct.
So people need to realize that, and just also think that no, he's not just doing all that too, because of course she's talking about she's dead broke, but however, you still are able to rent you an apartment or rent you a house. How are you renting that house? From the money you make from the show.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, Tom is considered not able to do for himself because his mind is gone. I think I do believe that he's alleged to have dementia and beginning state of Alzheimer's and stuff. So he says, and Erica also put on the show that he has cheated on her several times, and stuff like that.
Out some messages between him and a mistress or something.
And she said, "I would have stayed with him until he died." Go.
Anna Nicole, that man. Anna Nicole, that man.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
I just I don't know. I have Rashida said wow.
Exactly. Anna Nicole. I like that.
Anna Nicole, that man.
I feel so I knew who Erica was, I knew she was a housewife, and I know they talk about her often. I watch What Happens Live after the Real Housewives shows that I do watch. And so I'm familiar with who Erica is.
And
However,
you know what? That fourth episode of the reunion, it was all about her. Get
it
those
was
ducats. Yes, girl. We got to get them ducats, girl.
absolutely.
But the end of the last reunion, the fourth part of the reunion, which they
Yeah, it was
really
all
didn't
about her.
need. It was
Yeah.
all about her, and she answered all the questions. She didn't hold back and say, "Well, I can't talk about this because of my lawyers."
I didn't like her attitude because here's my thing: you're going to be asked these questions. So
Entitlement.
why be rude about it?
Entitlement.
Entitlement of it all. Yeah.
So I get that. Well, I hope that she doesn't get any because it also was rumored that he hid money in her account and she claimed she was unaware of it. But baby, listen, I know when deposits are put in my accounts, okay?
So you telling me? So you're that naive to not know when your husband put money in your account? Come on, honey.
Yeah.
The way you shop, when that deposit hit. You can set an alert when deposits hit your account. I have it, okay, on my bank account. When my deposits hits, I get an email or a message that says, "Hey, deposit just hit your account." Okay. When I get rich, I'm still gonna have it. Do you understand what I'm
And
talking about? When the deposit.
And not only that, you had access to the private jets and all of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. How you thought that was getting paid for, girl? Explain that to me.
Right.
I don't know.
On a lawyer salary?
Well, no. Now let me say this: when they get big settlements like that, Bro man had some money now. Don't get it twisted. Bro had money. He was rich like that. They were private jet rich. Okay. She didn't marry that man because she loved him 100%. A lot of that had to do with the.
He was what, 40 years her senior? Come on now.
Yeah.
30 to 40 years. Come on now.
They ain't had nothing to do with no love now. Things start to go bye-bye after a certain age. Okay. I'm just saying.
Them coins. She fell in love with them coins.
She fell in love with the coins. Okay.
Right.
That's how I feel. Coins were at play.
Right.
Hopefully and prayerfully she don't get too caught up with it. I know she did lose. She had a contract with Fenty. Hi.
Hi.
I love you.
Hey.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So
I'm loving the interaction.
I do. I love it. So I'm not 100% certain that I know she had something. I don't know what other business she had on the side, but I know she had a contract with Fenty, Savage Fenty, as a model. They pulled her from that.
She did.
And that contract got broken because of this. I don't know what other endorsement deals that she may have potentially had that has gone awry. But I imagine there's going to be more fallout from this as more details come out with this. I don't know how they're going to be able to, what's the word? I don't know how they're going to be able to, how she's going to be able to get over this so quickly.
Right.
Hopefully, they'll resolve it, especially with his health issues. I don't know that they're going to be able to, hello.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm loving it. Welcome.
I got the family in. Go ahead.
Get this resolved any quicker because I'm sure his attorneys are going to use that dementia and the Alzheimer's and that sort of thing. So we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. Hopefully, prayerfully, we'll get some type of reprieve from this. We shall see. We shall see.
We shall see.
Okay, so Jen Shaw. This is my other one. So, y'all seen the movie I Care a Lot on Netflix with Rosamund Pike? Rosamund Pike is from Gone Girl, and she seems to play the crazy roles. The roles where she done set her husband up for something, or she's taking advantage of people. Well, Jen Shaw had a marketing company, or has a marketing company, in which she advertised services that she would provide for people, and the target was older people, senior citizens. And she got money out of them.
Mm.
That's right, girl. That's right. Leave.
A mess.
So I'm enjoying this. I love it. So Jen got her company was advertising services but never provided the services. And I'm thinking,
What?
they might took $39.99 a month from the people. No.
No. What she do?
$18,000.
Don't throw the phone, Rashida. Don't throw the phone.
$18,000. One lady almost $40,000. Another lady almost $30,000. Like they spent some money. One lady was starting a business. Her family farm was at risk to be foreclosed on. And I watched the documentary, child, because I had to get all the details. So and this is all allegedly. Let me put allegedly behind it because I don't want nobody. I ain't got no money for y'all to sue me for.
Allegedly. Okay.
I got nothing. Okay.
Okay.
You sue me, you gonna be practicing for the real thing.
Disclaimer: anything that we're talking about that has a lawsuit or a case against is all it's all alleged.
Alleged.
Okay.
Proceed.
Correct. So they went. This one lady, it was services that she wanted. They advertised website, different marketing things, stuff to market on Facebook and Instagram. This lady was making like little blankets, kind of similar to Snuggies. And she just made them. It was a hobby, but she was going to turn it into a business so she can help her husband save their family farm.
Okay.
She spent almost $20,000 on services that they quoted that they were going to provide for the people and never provided. Her assistant, Stuart Smith, I think that's his name, Stuart Smith, was also involved. So right now, I don't know how this is going to pan out. They have had a court case, and recently Stuart pled guilty. We have to find out how this is going to pan out. But all roads and all of the arrows are pointing to Jen Shaw. And just like with Erica Girardi, Jen Shaw leads a very flashy lifestyle. They rented out a new place. Now, the thing that there are some things that are red flags because there are some things that have come out on this past season where the ladies have a lot of question marks. One of the things is she literally spends cash for a lot of things. One of it was a Gucci that flagged her because she's paid for everything in cash. And typically, that's a red flag. A lot of people don't know that if you're dropping loads of cash on stuff, and the companies can be at fault for that. So, like if you're dropping $20,000-$30,000 here and there, they're looking at that as money laundering, and it's kind of like you're cleaning your money by, just putting the money here, putting the money there, that sort of thing. So a lot of people didn't realize how serious that was. A lot of people were asking, well, everybody was like, well, why is she flagged at Louis Vuitton for spending money? Don't they want the money? Yeah, they want the money, but they don't want the money if the money is dirty.
Right.
So,
Right.
that thing. The other thing is they don't own any properties that we know of. They rent everything. Her husband is a coach, but he's an assistant coach for one of what is it, the University of Utah?
Something like that.
Something like that. He's an assistant coach. He has a six-figure income from that, but not enough to sustain the lifestyle that she portrays on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So the other question is, just like we're questioning whether Erica knew, we're questioning Coach Shaw. Now, Coach Shaw is out a lot. Being a sports coach demands your time away from the house a lot, which is one of the big problems that Jen had with her husband. As a matter of fact, they were going to be divorced during the pandemic. He had reached out to a divorce attorney because he's like, what I'm not going to do is this right here. And I don't know if it's because it was a pandemic and they had to look at each other for a year. I'm not sure. But he was getting ready to walk away from that situation. I do know that coaches spend a lot of time outside of the house. They have recruitment trips that they have to go on. They have games. And literally you're playing, you basically start your football season as far as practices and stuff are concerned in the summertime, and it goes all the way through January because the larger schools or the larger conferences play their big bowl games in like January, and now it's being extended. I'm thinking like maybe New Year's they all done. No, I still see bowl games on the 16th and the 17th, and dates like that in January. So
Yeah.
with that being said, that's half of the year right there. And then you also have to spend time doing any type of recruitment and that sort of thing. So I don't know what his time is in the house, or even if he talks to her about exactly what she does. So I think that there's a difference in, to me, just my opinion.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference between what
Mhm.
his role possibly would be, because it's not like Gene is putting money in his account.
We don't know that.
Income. Well, it hasn't come out. Let me put it that way. And they didn't arrest Coach Shaw. Now Jen is being put on the cross or nailed to the cross because of her situation and how her lifestyle is being panned out. Coach Shaw is not flashy like that. Jen is. Coach Shaw is not. You have to think about that. They
Right.
So it's a little bit of a difference. Whereas I feel like more so, I would believe more so that Coach Shaw wouldn't know what was going on because he ain't never at the house. Versus
That, but then that could be if you don't. Okay, because I'm thinking all scenarios. That could be a crutch for him to say, "I don't know anything about." Number one.
Mm.
And then, like I said, we don't know what she puts into the account. And if he knows, maybe he's smart enough to say, hey, I'm going to lay it low. I used to talk to this guy when in my early 20s, and he told me he used to sell drugs. But what he also did, he also had a part-time job. So whenever he got pulled over by the police, he always made sure he had the money that was on his check stub. If he made money, the amount would be the amount that's on his check stub.
Mhm.
So when the police pulled him over and said, where do you get this money from? Oh, my check stub is right here. Here it goes.
Mm.
Interesting.
Wow.
So you may not, that's why I was like, it's always a double standard. He could have known what she's doing. You can't tell me,
It's a
I'm sorry.
possibility,
But
but
look, but just hear me out here. You can't tell me that this man, I know he travels a lot, but knowing that your wife got all this expensive stuff in her closet, honey, how are you getting this money? Come on now.
she got a marketing
Come on
company.
now.
Here, this is. Let me say this. Let me be clear. Like I said, I think I think Erica knows in the sense with Tom's case a little bit, not everything, not all the sore details, but just a little bit because some of the things that she's saying ain't adding up to me. But the reason why everybody thought that she had a marketing company, that's what even her friends, that's what they thought she had was a marketing company. That's what they thought she did. She did marketing. That's what I thought she did. I didn't know what type of marketing. I do a marketing company, and she's been doing marketing for years. This case didn't just come about because she was on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They've been investigating her since 2012. You understand what I'm saying? And before she started her own company, she was working for other companies that was similar to that. He don't know that. It's a lot of companies that are like pyramid schemes. You see what I'm saying? That she's worked for in the past. All he know is my wife does marketing.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Now he might know more, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just and I get it's a double standard. Erica could very well not know what Tom was doing. But you getting extra money from somewhere, sir. I don't know. Like I said, the way she's acting and the way Coach Shaw is acting are two totally different. When Jen was talking to him on this last episode of Real Housewives, he was supportive, but he was just like, I got a big old question mark. Erica is nasty with hers. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know. Her attitude shows me differently. She answered all the questions, but she was real defensive. She was real punchy with her answers and the way she was coming off. So to me, I feel like when you guilty, your guilt kind of shows through. And I'm not saying she knew everything. And I don't think she should go to jail because of what your stupid husband did. She was greedy to keep whatever. I don't think that, and I didn't watch her documentary. I did watch Jen's. It's a very good possibility in both situations that
You know what?
anything.
You know what? You on both on it's just like the documentary about Jen Shaw.
Right.
Basically, you saw the victims. You saw the victim looking at the housewives and like, okay, she just flaunting it, and stuff like that.
But here's the thing, and like I said, I had to think. This is Jen's company versus that being Erica's company. Erica's not an attorney, so I don't blame Erica for what Tom did. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Do I feel like Erica know what Tom was up to or doing? I
think she had a little bit of knowledge. I do believe that she has a little bit of knowledge. And like, I think that Coach Shaw has a little bit of knowledge as well.
He could. I don't know. But it's more likely not than is, just because I know the type of lifestyle that he leads, and it's led to problems in their marriage in the past. That's all I'm saying. It's been well documented. He ain't never at the house. He ain't never at home. Never at home. So she could be robbing millions of banks and he not know what the hell is going. That's how I feel. Could be, but that's how I feel. All right, here we go. Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Kyrie played for the NBA, and from my understanding, they are all supposed to take the vaccine in order to play in the NBA because they had a whole bubble last year that they had to play in on the campus of Disney. They had to play in this bubble to make sure that they weren't contracting COVID from spectators, and it was really tight knit. So because of this, they made sure that they were in a safe environment. They stayed there in Orlando at the hotels in Orlando on Disney World's campus. They played. They have several different little arenas. I didn't even know, but when you got money, you got money. That's how Disney rolls. And so they stayed in this bubble all last season. This season, however, it's gotten so much so, and this new variant is floating around. They call it Omarion, I'm playing. The Omicron variant that's going on. It's deadly. It's a little bit more aggressive than the Delta variant. It's a little bit more aggressive than the regular variant, the Delta variant that took place. And so, with that being said, Kyrie decided I'm not going to be vaccinated. I don't care what y'all say. If it costs me my job, it costs me my job. I've invested with it. I'm good. So I thought that there was a double standard with this because Aaron Rodgers, who plays for Green Bay,
he said, "I'm immune." He technically didn't say that.
Immunized. That's what he said. But basically, you lied and said, I've been immunized. Immunized means you got the rubella, the polio.
Okay.
The chickenpox. That's what immunized.
I thought he said he was immune.
No, he said he was immunized. That's what he said. So he ended up having to take some time away because he ended up contracting COVID. So he had to sit out for a certain period of time for playing for Green Bay. Kyrie, however, was crucified to a cross. But
of course he was. What's Kyrie's race?
Go ahead.
And what is Aaron Rodgers' race?
He is white.
He's of the Caucasian race, right?
Right.
Persuasion.
So they're going to give the Caucasian people
the pass.
a slap on the wrist,
A pass, if you will.
but they're gonna throw the book at the people of African descent.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Did not agree with that.
I said it. That's right. I said it. I said what I said.
Okay.
And I agree with you.
I'm quoting Nene.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
What I said. Well, what you said was on plan.
But what I said was actually the correct thing to say.
Yeah.
That is the only reason why. Because I guarantee if Kyrie was of a Caucasian race, Caucasian, race, Caucasian. I'm just trying to be snooty when I say that.
No, you're doing your thing. Do your thing, girl.
But he would not have gotten so much
publicity.
Discipline in that too.
Okay.
Right.
And so now Brooklyn has said, guess what? Too many of our players are out due to COVID. We need you to play on a part-time basis for the Nets.
How about that?
I don't know how this is going to work out. I never heard of a part-time basketball player.
Ever.
If you're going to sit on the bench for some of the games and play for some of the games, y'all going to let him play for 3 games a week? How is this going to work? Just bring the boy on back. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing wrong at all. What y'all explain to me what y'all doing? I don't understand.
Yeah.
And now we coming up with this Omicron, and they say Omarion. That tripped me out.
The Omarion variant.
I heard that. Not Omarion.
Yes. Now they're coming out. Now this one's out. And they're saying, okay, I think I saw it on one news station when they first came out. Oh, you're gonna have to take 3 more boosters to fight that one. I'm like,
that's not what I heard. So let me back up. From my understanding, the first 2 shots that you got are they are not strong enough to fight against the variant. However, if you get the booster, it's supposed to be able to fight against it. I ain't heard about no 3 boosters.
Okay, at first, this is what they said at first.
Okay.
They said you get 3 more boosters, that's going to be strong enough to do this variant.
Because they ain't approved 3 more boosters, they only approved 1, and they gotta go.
And then this morning, I heard on the Today Show.
This morning,
they said 2.
It's gonna be, from my understanding, from the reports that I have received, the booster shot is the booster that you receive is supposed to fight against. They tested it from what I heard on the news station that I was watching. And when they tested it, they said it's strong enough if you have the booster. Now, I've had my first 2 shots. I wasn't eligible because you have to wait a certain period of time to get the booster. The day for me to be eligible, in order for me to get the booster, which I got to tell my child to schedule his, is going to be Sunday after Christmas. Christmas is on Saturday, so Sunday I can go get a booster shot.
I haven't gotten my first 2 yet.
I understand, but that's my plan. My plan is to go and get that done. I'm not shaming anybody for doing it. I just know there are bigger things afoot in the world, and I ain't got time.
But here's my thing.
It's a personal. I'm already fully vaccinated myself, but it's strictly personal. Go ahead, Wendy. Go ahead.
I had you understand my reasons why. I was really concerned about my condition, and I had to talk to my doctors because all these other doctors, they kept on brushing my concerns aside.
Correct.
Until I talked to my doctor, and my doctor, she told me my concerns are very valid. And she gave me some information, and she eased my mind. She asked me, have I had my mammogram yet? And I told her no, it's supposed to come up in December. She said, okay, you wait 6 weeks after you had your mammogram.
Fair enough.
And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing this because I do want to go to the Feel the Power in Florida in February. and I have to be fully vaccinated. So I am going to do that, and that's all I'm going to do because I don't get the flu shots. I did get the pneumonia
It makes
shots,
me sick when I get it. I don't like it. I hate it. I don't like getting the flu shot.
and I did get the pneumonia shot. I got the pneumonia shot in 2019, and that's good for 5 years. But it just seems like every time a new variant comes out, we need you to get another shot. We need you to get another shot.
And I don't think
By
that's
the time,
fair. They're
by the
developing.
time, I mean, I'm just saying, it's just gonna seem like it's gonna be more variants, more variants.
Well, let
And
me
y'all
say
gonna be
this.
shot up so much, y'all gonna be zombies.
Let me say this. They are coming up with a pill for people to take. They're working on that now. They're supposed to be strong enough to fight against the multiple variants, where people can just take the pill. Now, is it going to be free like these shots are? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But
probably
that's
not.
what they're in the process of working on right now.
And then also, may I add, with the Omicron variant, the study shows that the majority of the people who are getting it is not the unvaccinated, but is the vaccinated people.
What's up
Which
with
is why
that?
they're encouraging them to get the booster shot.
Yeah,
A lot of people, let me say this,
Now,
a lot of
shouldn't that
people
make
are
y'all
getting,
want to think a little bit?
it does. It
I
does.
understand.
I'm so
But
on
I'm
the
saying
fence
a
with it.
lot
I
of people
just
who say they're fully vaccinated, they're looking at the two shots. You see what I'm saying? Because at first they didn't have no booster, they had the two shots.
Right,
You have to wait a
right,
certain period of time in order to get the booster. Okay.
yeah.
right.
So I got the two shots, Josh got the two shots. But we had to wait. You have to wait. Like if you're not at risk, you have to wait, I think 6 months before you can get the booster. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Okay.
fully
Yeah,
vaccinated,
I
you
see
can
what
get
you're
up to
saying.
two shots, right? But you also have to get the booster to go along with it. But you got to wait to get the booster, unless you have a
All I know is
pre-existing.
this.
Huh?
I'm just getting those two shots, and that's it.
I got you.
That's all you getting out of me.
I got you.
Because you're going to let my natural immune system do what it's supposed to do.
I see what you're saying. I mean, look, there's just I don't mess with the flu shot. Neither do my girls. Neither does my husband. We're all fully vaccinated, but the booster, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about it. I understand what everyone is saying. It's just a personal opinion, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm encouraging people to still be masked up when you go out, even though
And I'm always masked up.
I got my mask.
I'm
So
I'm always masked up.
I got
Right.
my mask on. So
So are we.
Today at church, I'm masked up like it ain't nothing.
so
Yeah.
we just got to keep doing our part and being diligent with that.
Yeah.
All right, here
But
we
I'm
go.
just saying, it just makes you want to say, You mean there's some things that make you go,
Mm,
Yeah, Naomi Osaka. She did
Naomi.
everything. She pulled out of one of the
I
big
love her hair.
I
um
do too.
I think
I do
Wimbledon.
too.
Wimbledon is the French Open. I'm sorry, the French Open is what she pulled out of this year. Um,
Hmm.
and she had to shine a light on mental health. A lot of
Yes.
people again dragging her for dear
Here they
life.
go again. Here they go
Uh,
again.
but she had to do what was best for her. She
Right.
gets anxiety.
Mhm.
She talked about that a lot. She's really shy. She really don't like all the interviews and that sort of thing. And so what they tried to do was they tried to find her for not doing press for the French Open. That's what
Right.
initially happened. Um, they said, hey, we're gonna charge you $20,000 or whatever. Okay, here you go. Here go the check. It still became a problem, so she pulled out of the competition. And
Yeah.
she's bad. She's one of the best tennis players out there right now, and was going to beat everybody at the French Open. I don't care what nobody say. I
So
love
was.
Yes, she was. Yes,
but
she
she was
was.
going to beat them people.
She was the next Serena Williams.
Real
Right.
talk. And so, because of this, y'all decided to make an even bigger deal about this. Because, first of all, after I have played for 2, 3, 15 million hours in a tournament, do I want to sit down and talk to you? No. I
Mm-mm.
want to go home. I want to go get in the shower. I want to go to bed. That's what I want to do. I don't want to talk to you. Can I talk to you tomorrow? Are y'all gonna be here tomorrow? Okay, I can come back tomorrow and have a conversation. I don't feel like talking to you right now. Cause why? What am I doing there for? You know what I'm saying? So she had to do what was best for her mental health wise, and I agree with it. I applaud it.
I do too. I do too. You got to do what's best for you.
The Matrix got you, honey.
You have to. Oh,
okay.
The Matrix
got it. Had you in a minute. It had you for.
I didn't realize that.
You was in the go.
Come on back for more, please.
Can y'all hear my child? Can y'all hear him?
No.
Right. Awesome. Y'all used to be able to though. For real.
True.
He ain't yelling as loud, but I can hear him. Okay. So with that being said, you got people who got to take care of themselves. And we got, again, they're not machines.
Right.
And gone are the days for people accepting the status quo. For what? Why do I have to accept this? Because this is the way things have always been done. My mental health is more important than whatever you come up with. Whatever you feel like I should do, because this is what I always do. So I applaud her for that. Taking that stand, bringing to light that a lot of athletes, and it was brought to light that Michael was doing a copy because of the weed situation with him. Her specialty, she specializes in sports and entertainment therapy. Her name is B. Flynn. Y'all make sure y'all follow her, Brandy J. Flynn, over there on Facebook. Make sure y'all find her. And reach out to her if you have somebody that's in sports that is in need of mental health services. But that a lot of sports, it's mental. You have a lot of pressure on you to be the best, to do your best, do what you need to do. You have coach sort of thing. They're relying on her to do well so they can get to the next level, whatever that level might be. So that's a lot of pressure on somebody, especially somebody as young as she is. That's a lot of pressure on any athlete. You have to think about that across the board. They have to endure a lot and take on a lot. We have to be cognitive of that and have to take out this robot mentality when it comes to athletes. It's wrong and it's insensitive. They are people as well. They have feelings too. They have to work through things as well.
That's right.
Y'all, give me some thoughts on this. Y'all can chime in.
Well, I'm glad she's taking up for her mental health as well. Because of these, the kids, this generation, this current generation, they have very thin skin.
Yeah, they do.
And yesterday I went to a wake of a child who took his own life. And he was an access student at our church.
Really?
Yes. And he was promising, he had a bright future and everything. So we don't know what kind of pressure these kids are feeling, and then they don't know how to handle it.
Right.
They don't know how to handle it.
They're not equipped.
Exactly. They're not equipped because, okay, so I'm gonna say this as delicately as I can.
Okay.
When your kids are on a team and they lose, don't give them a trophy for losing. Because then they're gonna think they deserve trophies for any and everything. Trophies are for winners. So that means if you did not win that trophy this year, guess what? You can work harder next year to get it.
That's a good point.
And we teaching our kids, we need it not only can we should teach our kids you can do anything you got your mindset to. You know,
Right.
I don't pressure Joshua right now. He's in the 10th grade. He doesn't know what he want to do. And I'm okay with that. I
Mm-hmm.
am okay with that because I don't want him to think that I expect him. I tell him, you know, you got to do the work. You got to do your homework. You got to do your work because if
Yeah.
in the real world, if you don't work, guess what? You don't get paid. And if you don't get paid, guess what? You don't eat.
Oh, right.
That I tell him. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to think that he has to make the straight A's. He has to be the best of the best. That's too much pressure to have on a kid, especially
Mm.
the minds of the kids that we have now. You know, they may have been pressured to thinking they have to be the best. And what happens if you're not the best? What's
Right.
going to happen to me if I'm not the best?
What's gonna
They
happen?
need to know that it's going to be okay. And I really praise Naomi for
Yes.
saying, hey, I'm not mentally where I'm supposed to be. So guess what? I'm not gonna do this today.
There
You
you
know,
go.
I'm not gonna do this today. So because if I don't be the best, you know, I don't know what my head is gonna be at. So guess what? I'm gonna take a step back.
Right.
I do not blame her.
For me, right. For me, I have to. I got two middle schoolers, and both my girls are going through puberty and changes left and right. And sometimes I'm like, okay, they leave out the door one way, they come back a whole nother person. I'm like, what happened today? So you have to stop, and you're right. Set realistic goals for your children, but pushing all the time, you might not get the best results. So
You
you're
may
right. There
not.
is an alternative to always. You want to be the best, just like you said,
Yeah,
when you want them to do their best and excel at whatever they put their hands to, by the grace of God. But you have to make sure they're okay up here because
right.
that can really affect them. Like you said, you went to the wake yesterday. That's serious and that's permanent. A lot of this
It is
stuff is
permanent.
temporary, but death is permanent.
And see, and kids don't understand that though. Kids
They don't
today,
get
they
it.
don't understand it,
It's
and they just
temporary,
think that
baby.
it's you know. Let me just get out of this. I just wish I was. No, they got the mindset. I never asked to be here in the first place. No,
Right.
nobody asked to be here,
Nobody
but
did.
God did.
Right.
And I just think that like I said, for Naomi to say, "Hey,
Yes.
I need to take a break," and then that's the same with Simone. Hey.
Yes. Same
I mean,
thing.
I'm thinking about my mental health.
Right.
Mental health is important.
I gotta take care of me.
Back
Right.
in the day, we just had to suck it up. We was
Yeah.
told to suck it up and do it anyway.
Yes, we were.
But see, we are made of a different cloth. We have thicker skin
We do.
than what these kids have. They don't have such thick skin. And I don't know if y'all noticed that sometimes I post on my I reshare something that's on TikTok where it has
Hmm.
kids from the 80s and they do chores and they
I
do the
love those.
chores right and stuff
Yes.
like that.
I love
Kids
when
from
you
the
post that.
90s
Yes.
Kids from the 90s, they kind of complain, but they still ended up doing it. But then
Right.
kids born in the 2000s, they going all out and talking about you're messing with my mental health. You're messing with my mental ability. You're stressing me out. You're stressing me
Right.
out. They
Right.
can't handle it. We need to teach our kids how to have thick skin and handle it because the real world is going to chew them up and spit them
Spit
out.
them
And I
out.
tell my son that daily when I get a chance to. His teachers, I'm like this. I don't like to micromanage. You know what your responsibility is. Your responsibility is school. You're supposed to do your work. Okay, so when I start getting texts, I mean, at first through K through 8, I was on his butt about his work every day.
Hmm.
But I'm like, you in high school now. You need to learn responsibility.
Okay.
So when they start coming to me, okay, I'm gonna have to come to you now because now you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And he's like, I'm gonna do it. I said, but look. I'm gonna tell you this. If you did it in the first place, if you did your work and turned it in the first place,
This
guess
wouldn't
what?
be
You
happening.
never have to hear my mouth. All you
Right.
gotta do is just do the work.
Right.
And so, and and every now and then he tries to play I never asked to be here card, and I'll be like, you know what? I never asked to be here either. And
Right.
what?
So we can do that all day. Next. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We can do that all day, back and forth. do what you here to do. I think too, and I'm gonna say this is a little bit innovative. Um, I don't know how needed they are. I think they need to make a shift in what those prerequisites are. I'm sorry, I have not used algebra in my life. Trigonometry I ain't used in my life. Pre-calculus, where I use that at?
It all depends on what you're
I
trying to
don't.
do. If you want to be an engineer, then yes, you're gonna need all of it.
So let me say this: why not teach the children basic mathematics in school? I'm not talking about when you get to college, because we got to do college algebra in college. Why not work on basic mathematics instead of making them take algebra and calculus and pre-calculus, all these other stuff, all these other things they ain't gonna use. What they gonna use it at? In my
And
everyday
you know
life,
what?
do y'all use algebra? Tell me y'all use algebra in your everyday life.
Mm-mm,
The
mm-mm.
average person ain't an engineer. You get where I'm coming
Right.
from?
Exactly. Yeah. And then here's my other thing. They had things, they had subjects like home economics, personal finances. They let
Where's
those type of stuff go.
where's it? I'm looking for it. I'm still looking.
They let it go. I took home economics in the high school. That's how
Yeah.
I started learning how to cook and know how to read a cookbook and all
And
that kind of
so,
stuff.
right,
And
right.
so, and in civics, they also taught us about personal finances, how you
Yes.
budget, how you do this. They don't do that now.
The
Heck,
basics.
they
The
took
basics.
cursive. They took cursive out of elementary school. I learned how to write in cursive in third grade. My son
Right.
don't know how to write in cursive. When he was trying to work for the city of Memphis for the summer, I had to I had to buy him a handbook learning how to write in cursive for teenagers because you needed to learn how to sign your name. Kids today can't sign their names.
No, my 12 and 13-year-old cannot barely. I don't understand what's going on. They there's so much more for parents to have to do. And dealing with, like you said, these 2000, 2005, these children. Woo! It's just it's on a whole nother level. It really, really is. It really is. It really is. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for
It
them,
is a lot.
but it's a lot for us.
Okay, why am I hearing the echo?
Echo.
I was hearing my voice. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Faith. Where you at, girl?
Next
Where you at?
slide.
Where you at, girl? Faith. Hello. Hello. Uh-oh. She got cut off.
She got cut off.
Okay. So, okay, we're going to talk about the next slide. I can see it, but you cannot.
Okay.
It says the students can now sign endorsement deals. Student athletes
Girl.
from college. Because
Yes.
basically the college is using their image for personal gain anyway. So
Yes.
I'm thinking, why not? I think that's a good idea. If my son was interested in playing sports,
Right.
I'm like, yes, let him get his endorsements. Yes.
Yes.
But my son is not interested in sports. In fact, he played soccer from 2 years old. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have my son play soccer. I don't want him to play basketball or football because that's
Uh,
the average American
right.
black team sports. I want him to do something different. I want him to have a scholarship at a private school and stuff like that. By the time he was 6 years old, okay, we're about to talk about the students can sign endorsement deals.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. I'm setting it up now. I apologize.
Okay, that's okay. And I was saying when he was 6 years old, and I was seeing how his other playmates, his other teammates were progressing, and Joshua was not doing anything. I said, you know what? I set him down. Do you want to play? Because if I'm paying money and if I'm spending my time out on this field supporting you, I'm gonna need you to do your best. He's like, nah, not really. Okay, we took him out.
Wow, just like that.
But just like that. Look,
gotcha.
Look,
you're gonna waste your time.
I don't have that time.
There has to be a natural talent, and
it's a lot of time. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of time, a lot of money. Now, if Jalen wasn't playing at the level he was playing, would you be like, do you want to play or do you not? I'm a competitive mom. Yeah. I'm a competitive mom. If you're going out there, you're going to do something.
Exactly.
And Joshua just wasn't showing that he was interested in playing. And then later on, he was like, well, you should have kept me in soccer. You didn't want to play soccer.
You didn't want to play.
Because you wasn't playing it.
Yeah.
Right.
You had
the push, and there's times where you back off, because if the natural ability and the love for it is not there, it's not going to pan out well for you or them anyway. So yeah.
And I told myself I wasn't gonna be that mom that's gonna force my kid to play in a whole bunch of sports,
right?
Because that's wasting my time that I can be doing. I'm sorry, I'm a selfish mom. Right. I'm a bad mom. I'm sorry. I'm a bad mom.
Hush! Don't put that out there, girl.
No. Have you seen the movie Bad Moms?
No.
I'm not a perfect mom. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a bad mom. I'm not a perfect mom.
Gotcha.
I'm not one of the moms that have to have their kids into any and everything. I figure out what you like to do. Whatever you like to do, go ahead.
And we go. Right.
With Jalen and Joshua. Jalen has always been, football especially, that was the light in that baby. When he was a baby, that was the light in his eye. He sat down. If he quiet, you gotta see what he doing. The football game on, he in front of the TV watching that football game. That baby know plays. He can tell you what this player did who played in 1970.
It's natural. That's natural.
Football.
Right.
So he gonna play football till he tell me, girl, I don't want to play football no more.
Right.
I'm just gonna do that. Joshua, I took him to go play football because before my brother had children, he was going to have Joshua in football.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua had to be 9, 10 years old. He told me to go up there, take the information up there for Joshua. I did it. All I had to do was buy him some cleats. My brother was going to take care of everything else. So make sure you take his birth certificate and stuff up there, and you good. I'm filling out the application on the field. He watching the little boys practice. He saw this boy hit this other boy. He's like, hold on. Wait a minute. Did that boy just hit that boy? I said, yes. This is football, baby. Nope. Nope.
And that's okay.
We're not doing that.
That is
for computers. That's what he loves doing. That's what he does, and he does it well. So that baby right there, I got him in the computer stuff. That's what he learned. He got with Code Crew. He learned how to code. That's what he does. He's a natural at it. That's what he loves to do. It didn't make no sense for me to spend, or my brother to spend whatever money on him to play football when he didn't want to play football.
Exactly. And that everyone has their own path, because my 13-year-old is amazing at basketball. She is awesome. She's like a star player, but she's been doing it since 2 years old. She just loves, eats and breathes basketball.
Right.
She averages like 10 points a game. This child is really going somewhere.
Right.
So we nurture that. My other child, my 12-year-old, is a cheerleader. Mm-hmm. She's crazy about cheerleading. She competes. So we nurture that. But if they weren't, we move on to something else.
So tell me this: are you getting her into tumbling classes and stuff?
Yes, she just started tumbling. Yes. So she's advancing. She's doing some gymnastics too. So we're trying to figure out, I'm trying to figure out, her daddy, how hard to push her with the gymnastics route. Do we stay with cheerleading? Do we do both? So we're working through it, but they're both very athletic. Not
Yeah.
like me.
So I love that. So here we are. The students now, they're able to in the NCAA sign name like hold on, I gotta get name, image, and likeness deals.
Yes.
In order to
Finally.
get paid. Before
Finally.
the NCAA said we're paying for y'all to go to school. Okay,
That should be enough.
that's it. So
No.
I've been coaching my child since he was 5, 6 years old. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do well enough in school to where we can go and get a academic scholarship. Because on the flip side of that, because these babies are not being paid for you to use their image and their likeness and their name in the
Right.
video games and this and the that and for different endorsements or what have you. You really just pimping the kids. That's what you're doing.
That's basically what
Been
you're doing.
doing it.
Or like
Been
what
doing it.
Colin did on his thing.
Black and
When they-
white.
yeah, black and white, when they showed them like these recruiters as slave owners.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
So
basically what it is.
powerful.
And it's
Such
the
a
same for-
powerful documentary.
Yeah,
So
it was.
powerful. Go ahead.
It's the same for basketball and football. I think everybody should read the $40 million slave. You know, yeah, you got these millions of dollars, but you can't do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. There is no way on God's green earth that Collins should have been able to peacefully protest and kneel during the national anthem and lose football, the
Thank you.
sport that he loved more than anything in the
How
world.
does that equal that? How does that equal that? How do you make that make
There's
sense?
no way that should have happened.
No
There's
way.
no way that the NBA, now the NBA was a little bit more lenient with those protests because the guys band together and was like, listen, we finna wear this. That's what we're wearing now. Okay. You know, Ahmad, Brianna,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's the other baby's name that died? Last year. George.
Yes.
They wore them shirts. Every time something took place, they were really active in it. The NBA really couldn't come against them so much so, but still,
'Cause
they
they were
had
united.
to dial them back even in what they were doing and how they were
Yes.
doing it. Can they go out and march with the people and protest? They can't do that.
No.
You know,
But
those types of things are
yeah.
afoot when it comes to that. So they still have a clause that they have to go under and they have to go through. And if something happens to them, they're gonna lose it all. And so they're all slaves in a sense, if you will. But
Mm.
this is a big thing. A lot of people don't agree with it. I do because now I feel like Reggie Bush need to get his Heisman Trophy back.
Can
Because
we please do that?
why we just give him his trophy back? Because here's the thing: a lot of these children that do well in sports, their parents are not financially stable, and they're
Right.
waiting on their kids to do what needs to be done in order for them to be the best. The same thing that happened with Penny, when Penny helped the little boy to come and play
Yes.
here in Memphis at East High School, so that he could personally coach him and get him to where he needed to be. He
Right.
helped the family with the move. How were they gonna
Right.
move that child down here to play? They didn't make all of this doesn't make sense. He wasn't doing it to entice the boy to play for him. They had a problem. They needed an answer to a problem in a situation.
Right.
So that caused him to get in trouble because he helped his family relocate so that their child can have the best in basketball. That's crazy. And what's
That's
funny about
ridiculous.
this
It's
is that in
ridiculous.
tennis, y'all saw King Richard
Mm-hmm.
in that movie.
Yes.
They
Mm-hmm.
paid for them babies to come to their camps and stuff and
Sure.
paid to relocate their families.
They sure
So they
did.
had the best and train them and that sort of thing. They
Right.
paid for that. You know, it's amazing how those are double standards in certain instances in certain areas. It's just a little crazy to me. So I'm very glad, especially with the HBCU students, now getting in on this. I'm
Yes.
enjoying seeing them do their thing and able to get these deals that they're able to obtain. I'm super excited to see this. So I have hope now because Mama was going to be trying to make sure baby stayed on his P's and Q's. I don't have to worry
You was
about
gonna be like the what's her name on the game?
Don't play.
Tasha,
Tasha Mack.
Tasha.
Yeah, Tasha Mack. So yes, so I'm super excited for this. I'm very glad that they did do this. They have been criticized for this for so many years, and it was very
Yes.
unfair because a lot of these kids now. That's the other thing. They get injured and they just on this scholarship y'all got them on, and their career is done, and they get nothing. They don't get to finish their degree because you're paying for it. All of that go.
What about that?
So that's
Right.
the thing. Which I also think is important too, if your child is smart, to push the academic part of it, especially if they're going into sports, so they can have that to fall back on.
That part.
You're not just
That
relying
part
on
right
it.
there.
Absolutely.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. We talked about this recently too. Ahmaud Arbery's killers were found guilty. We were so happy for this to take place.
I already knew if they were not found guilty, it was gonna be some problems. It was gonna be some
in
problems.
Georgia.
Wow.
They are working on the prosecutor and getting her locked up as a result of her part that she played in the cover up of the situation. Let me also say this. This dude, the dude on the end right here with this retarded cut right here, the friend that recorded them, he has to be dumb as that boy dumb. Let me tell you why I say he dumb, and y'all can shake your head all you want to. They would not.
I'm laughing at you because you're saying he dumb.
We're agreeing with you.
Hi from Greece.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
He not smart. Let me tell you why I say he's not smart. He gave the people the videotape trying to exonerate them and verify that they did the right thing when in actuality they did not. Okay. But he thought this is going to absolve us of all wrongdoing. They're going to see that we had a right to do. You hit that man with your truck, man.
Right.
To stop him.
Right.
And then you
And then he wasn't. And where would a runner? Oh, he says this is his first time joining this live ever.
Oh,
thank you. But not only that, he was running. So it was hot, number one. So where was he gonna stash the stuff if he stole it? That's what I didn't understand. Right. Yes, if I see a house being built, I'm gonna go in and look at it.
Right. And here's the thing, it makes you now not necessarily want to go in a particular neighborhood and go look at a new housing that they're building. A lot of people do it. I've stopped with my mom riding in the car, and we'll stop and we'll go look at new structures. Right. We did it when we were training someone in our office to just kind of show them what we're looking for when we're trying to do a homeowner's policy. We went to one of the houses in the neighborhood that they were building, and we were able to kind of walk in there and just see kind of how things were put together so the person could get a full understanding of what we're asking for. You know what I'm saying?
So what is the problem? What's the case su problema? What's wrong with that?
But because he was a black guy, they felt that they wanted to target him.
That's it.
And they felt that they had their color, their Caucasian color, Caucasian race, gave them a out. Because what you said, what's his name? Rittenberg, whatever his name is.
Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse. I don't see. That's how insignificant he is to me. You see how his crying got him off, basically. Now you have people thinking, hey, I can do this. I can kill somebody, and I can cry because the cop woman who screamed taser, 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 and shot the dude.
Yeah,
she crying. Ain't no tears coming out her eyes.
Right?
Did y'all see a tear coming out her eyes?
No, but she
trembling. And so people think that they can do that, and then use the tears to get away with it.
Right. Right. With cold-blooded
like,
murder. You're a
this
murderer.
is the 2022 is going to be the year. I'm telling you, I'm like this. If a Karen comes up to me and you know, trying to stop me, because it's been a couple of times. I've been in Collierville, I've been in Germantown, and folks are asking me, what are you doing in my neighborhood? Ain't none of your business.
Are you for real?
I have been approached a couple of times. Do you live at this house? No. Okay, you need to mind your business.
Right.
Because if you would have called the cops on me, and the cops like, she ain't doing anything wrong, okay, I need for you to arrest her because she's harassing me.
It's a false police claim. You're calling the police and using the police's resources because you feel a certain way. And all you got to do is walk in your house and mind your business.
Mind your business.
Shut the
all
door
you
and
gotta
lock the
do.
joint. Right.
I'm gonna have me a good lawyer on speed dial.
Because it's going down in 2022.
It is. And I think, and let me say this, a lot of us have turned the other cheek. And I'm going to be of the opinion of my good brother, Malcolm.
By any means necessary. By any means necessary.
I'm with him on that.
I don't feel like we should constantly turn the other cheek, because that's another form of them thinking that it's okay, in my opinion. I just think that you get comfortable and you get complacent and you think, well, they're going to forgive us because that's what they do. They turn the other cheek. No. What's the song? Tragedies? Please.
But don't try me. Well, what did Mary say? You come for me, I send Jesus after you.
I'm going to send Jesus after you.
You.
I just feel like we're going to have to take a stand as a community, because what I did not, when the situation happened with Michael Brown, and the situation happened with Trayvon Martin. Yeah. I had some brothers saying, well, what if they had just did what they told them to do? What you mean? What if they had Jordan? I can't remember Jordan's last name. Baby who was playing the music, and the man asked him to stop. What if they had just did what the people told them to do? What?
But then hold on, Zimmerman. He called 911. He told the 911 folks, I'm following him. They said, do not follow him.
Did
they listen? No. And so Fidel Castro.
You finna get done up. Okay.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Fidel Castro. He told the police officer. He told the police officer, I am licensed to carry, and he was about to show him his license and got shot.
Yes.
For what? George Floyd was doing what he was supposed to do. They still killed him.
Yes. When does it stop?
I'm going to tell you how it's going to stop. Listen, dear people of other races, if you are afraid to police in our communities, you need to go to Mayberry and be a police officer. Point blank in the period. You don't need to come into the inner city and be a police officer at all.
It was this video of this woman's son was right around the corner. It was a stop sign. She lived like on the cove in the corner, and it was a stop sign. And the son ran the stop sign. The police woman came out and her hands was already on the gun. And the mom was like, no, the police woman kept on telling the mom, you need to go in the house. She said, no. So you can make my son a hashtag. I think not. So if he did something wrong, guess what? Give him a ticket. And the woman would not give him a ticket. She was so gun happy, and her hands was on the gun. And she was like, ma'am, call your lieutenant or whoever. Because if he did something, if he did a traffic violation, you're supposed to give him a ticket. He doesn't have any kind of weapons. I don't know why you putting your hands on your gun. And the woman just wouldn't stop. She just had it up on here. And the mama's like, you're not making my son a hashtag. You're not making my son a statistic. If he did something wrong, give him a ticket. We will go to court.
Right.
And eventually the woman's lieutenant came and stuff like that, told the woman, look, give him a ticket. Come on.
Exactly.
But she was so ready to shoot and kill that kid and say, I was fearful of my life.
Because you are afraid and you don't need to go to the police academy to police us in our community. You don't need to do that.
Period.
You need to stay where you at.
Because I've been having to talk to my daughters more, because I think about Sandra Bland, I think about Breonna Taylor, I think about, yes, it's completely and totally wrong for Black men and for Black women to be so nervous and afraid. The talks I'm having to have with my 12 and 13-year-old, it's insane.
You have to have. You should have
to show about this.
How about this? When Joshua starts driving, I'm going to have to get a dash cam.
Of course
I'm going to have to get a dash cam. And then I'm going to have to tell him I'm going to have to hire me a lawyer just so he can be on standby. So if you get pulled by the police, you call your lawyer and say, look, I'm about to get pulled over by the police. Listen to all of this. Yeah. That's how my mind is going. And I think God that Apple has this thing where you can tell Siri, hey Siri, I'm getting pulled over by the cops. Oh dang. Hold on. I get pulled over by the cops. I got it. Siri came up. And what happened is the phone would go dark and the phone would record.
Really?
You got to set it up. I'm trying to figure out how to set it up, but you got to set it up so it can do that.
That's a great feature for them to have.
That's an awesome feature.
Great
feature.
Wow. Let's see. We got a comment.
What we got?
Dash cam actually
is a must in some countries.
People are required to have dash cams.
Wait.
Oh,
they drive like wow.
For example, and so I know that in Russia. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said Greeks drive like lunatics. So he's like, he feels like they.
So you need a dash cam so you can say this dude hit me, and in case the dude like I didn't hit you, okay, I got it on camera.
You know what?
Wow.
Something. We need to look. We need to create something. I need to make some money over here at the U.S. of A.
We need to catch up, don't we? Need to play catch up.
But you know what? A lot of times, other countries are more technologically advanced than we are.
True.
And they have a little bit more technology. Some of the cars that they make over there are better.
Yes.
They may not do as much driving as we do, or they may do a lot more driving than we do. It just kind of depends on which country you are in over there. But they have different things than we do over here, of course. And we end up paying an arm and 20 million legs for certain things that they automatically provide or require for them to have over there. That's interesting.
It is very interesting. We are enjoying you. We're enjoying everyone. Let's
I know we are.
Oh my gosh, this hurts my heart.
My heart hurts so bad. The Haitian immigrants were denied entry into the United States earlier this year. And we saw images of marshals on horses like this with whips in their hand, like back in slavery days on the field. I didn't appreciate seeing this, and it was ridiculous how they had this set up. I was highly upset. Haiti is a country that has been riddled with plenty of natural disasters. They have nowhere to go. They don't have housing. There are certain things that they don't have. And when I think about it, go ahead, Wendy.
Their president has just been assassinated, and then they had an earthquake. And then they had an earthquake.
Yeah, they had earthquake after earthquake after earthquake. They're still trying to rebuild from the previous earthquake, and here goes another one.
From
it's
2010.
So much that's going on in Haiti in which these people need relief and they need help. But you at the border denying them entry. It's ridiculous.
Right.
It's absolutely insane. And I did not like this at all.
Mm-mm.
They had to fire the head of the marshals, if I'm not mistaken, when this incident came out. They were saying that they weren't aware of it. Somebody was aware of what was going on because y'all didn't
Come on now.
here. You can't tell me that this was not something that you were not aware of. Period. Like you were totally aware of what was going on.
You were completely aware.
Completely aware of what was going on. I definitely didn't agree with how they handled this situation.
No.
Definitely wish they had handled it better.
Right.
But yes, this is what took place. And this is in 2021 that this happened and took place.
Right. Now, is it the same thing? You all educate me. Help me out. I'm not sharing Osborne. I shouldn't say educate, but fill me in. Is it the same thing as when they were flying over the people from the Middle East over here? Is that the same thing?
Totally
Okay.
different.
Totally
Okay,
different.
because I'm like,
The
the
Middle East
Haitians can't come in,
situation,
but they can?
right?
I'm
Which
trying to
I'm
understand.
Yeah, and I'm shocked that if they're in a. I understood what was going on in the Middle East was detrimental to those people's lifestyle and livelihood, and how things were about to get real over there. But things were real in Haiti as well.
What
They
about
have
Haitians?
earthquakes.
Right. How
They
much more
have
real do
they
you
have
need to
housing and
be?
different things. So they
So
have to
who
go
measures the
somewhere.
realness?
Yeah,
Who's measuring the realness?
right. But I think the difference is the color of the skin. Is really what I feel is the difference.
That's what I need to know. Thank you. That's all I needed
Yeah,
to know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Now, more women in 2021 were affected by COVID. Job loss was higher, especially for women who were not college educated. Which is, I mean, none if you college educated, they want to pay you kibbles and business, what they're gonna pay you depending on what industry you are in. But the rate of unemployment was higher for people who did not have degrees, especially women who did not have degrees. So that was
Right.
something that was quite interesting. As we have the Omicron variant that's out there right now, hospitals are filling up. It took a while for a family member of mine to get a room. They just got in a room today, but they were in the ER in the hallway on a bed for 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy
not right. Yeah.
that this is where we are in society, and this is where healthcare is. And here is my thing: here in Memphis, they had renovated, from my understanding, spent money to renovate the
So
commercial
I
appeal
thought.
to open it up for COVID patients. They
That's what
never
the
opened
media.
that
That's what the
here.
media said.
Never opened that.
No, they didn't.
Haiti is actually impacted by so many earthquakes and hurricanes. Here in Greece, we have a TV program dedicated about worldwide news. There's a subject that has started here lately. I would like to talk about it, but I don't want to speak about something irrelevant. Thank you for your comment.
Thank you. It's always relevant. If
I
you
know
feel it,
it's
it's relevant.
We've been following the tragedies in Haiti. A lot of times we send relief over.
Do the ticker. Do the ticker.
Huh?
Do the size up ticker.
I was gonna do that later because if they got to comment, I didn't want to block it out.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna do it later. I'm gonna do it. Thank you for the reminder.
Awesome.
But what tends to happen is that we are normally sending relief over. There have been several organizations that have been dedicated to the rebuild of Haiti. How rebuilt they are, or how further along they are on rebuilding Haiti, has been a big question mark. Namely with the Clinton family, because they created this big nonprofit organization that we found out a lot of those funds were not going to Haiti or the people that were affected in Haiti. So I thought that was interesting, And like I said, that's why I felt like, voting for Hillary was the lesser of the two evils. I mean, I talk so much sometimes. That's why I said I feel that sometimes when I talk, people get bored. You should listen to me speak. I'm trying to remove my accent as much as possible. Well, we might have you on the show in the new year. Make sure you follow us, and we're gonna put that information up there close to the end of the show. You got.
If you have a topic, please let us know what you want us to talk about.
And we'll send you all our contact information so you can reach out to us, email us, inbox us, however you want to do that.
You are more than welcome.
It's alarming when you think about it. With these numbers with COVID, they cut out unemployment earlier this year. A lot of people really, it's amazing to see that a lot of people were making more money than they were working for these jobs. There are a lot of people that are still in the process of getting jobs. And I do know that a lot of people are hiring, but they're still not wanting to pay but minimum wage for somebody to work. And you can't live off of it.
No, you can't.
You can't live off of minimum wage. You cannot.
The housing has gone up.
Yes, it is quadrupled in this last year. And everybody's blaming COVID for everything, but COVID is not the blame for everything.
Not everything. Not everything.
If you have a apartment complex, there is no way on God's green earth that those people's rent should have been raised the way they've been raised.
No.
It's ridiculous. Everybody's blaming COVID on everything, and it's not fair. It's not fair.
Not everything. But these statistics are pretty shocking, though.
They are.
When I was looking, I said, "Excuse me, 2.4 million women lost their jobs."
Yes, 2.4 million women lost their jobs. Hold on, let me pull these statistics up real quick. Do you have them, Charmaine?
I do. I have some of them. Yes.
I'm gonna let you get that.
Okay. So it's saying 2.4 million women were dropped from the workforce between February 2020 and February 2021.
Okay.
10% were Black women.
Okay.
1 in 7 childcare jobs were missing. So moms like me had to come home and all of a sudden overnight become a daycare teacher, virtual school educator.
Yeah.
Very, very stressful and shocking.
Let me tell you what DHS did. Did. Okay. Girl, you're gonna trip out on this, Faith, for real, because you used to work there.
I did.
So during COVID, during the beginning of COVID and everything, everybody worked from home.
Okay.
Everybody worked from home.
Okay.
When it started getting better, they was like, we was told, this is what we was told in our unit. And if I knew then what I know now, I would have taken partial salary to just stay at home. They said you can take a third of your salary for 3 months if you got kids that has to be homeschooled. I mean, they got to go to virtual school.
So they cut your pay? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. If you didn't want to be working from home and keeping your kids at the same time, you could have just kept your kids and not be at the job. Take a hiatus for a third of your salary.
I
would have done that.
So let me say, here's the problem. Your bills don't stop because you got to stay at home with your kids. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that was jacked up, that was the answer to that.
But let me tell you what some people did, though. But let me tell you what some people did. Some people decided to do that, and then because they cut the third of their salary, guess what? You qualified for food stamps.
Wow.
Because you already on the cusp anyway.
Wow.
So what I wanted to talk about is this. There is a satirical TV show here that me and my sister grew up with. I'm 25 years old now. So you can understand we grew up with these hosts. So these days, one of the hosts is accused of filming personal videos with his girlfriend and uploading them to adult sites without the girl knowing.
Revenge porn.
here
Wow.
these days. Plus, he was 58 years old and the girl was 24. Imagine growing up with a TV show. We had the same thing, and we're going to talk about that really soon because we have.
We're on our way. I have one more statistic I want to talk about that I think.
Go ahead, talk about that statistic.
Okay.
She kind of slow. The Matrix probably got her.
Okay. The thing that really got to me was the number of attempts in suicide in girls just last year rose 51%. Girls trying to end their lives, I guess, because of losing school, losing your friends, just losing everything all at once was just very, very taxing on, again, like we're talking about, the mental psyche of a child. They're just not built the same like we are. So
again, this is where we was talking about again. We
Yeah.
have to learn how to. Okay, she got cut off. Let me get my thing
I'm
back
here.
on.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
I had to add myself back on. I don't know what's going on. Keep going.
Again, people don't know how to handle themselves during tough times.
Yes. Bottom line.
Yeah. If because the only thing that I know is my situation.
Yeah.
I'm as low as I can go. I can't go nowhere else but up.
So what I was going to say about that, what I was going to say about that is you're already on the cusp of being qualified for applying for food stamps working for the state. I'm just going to put that out there because I knew my story when I worked for them. So you're already on that line, okay? Already there. And
they pay you enough where you don't qualify, but they don't pay you enough.
And so for you to say to me after I had busted my butt, working, helping people get food stamps, families first, Medicaid, whatever, you gonna tell me, oh, well, you won't stay at home. Here go kibbles and bits. Then you gonna probably had an attitude when I came and applied for food stamps. Because it's like, well, you work here. You're right, I do. But you don't pay me nothing. So here we go.
Because
that's
I work
ridiculous. Here. And that's what happened during the pandemic when everything was shut down.
Yes.
People were realizing I work at Family Dollar and they pay me $7.25 an hour. I'm making $900 a week on unemployment. Guess what I'm about to choose?
Guess what I'm about to choose?
Own businesses. Yeah.
It's real simple. It's real simple, isn't it? It's easy to see.
Why I'm going to work for folk who ain't gonna pay me nothing?
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah, but one thing I can say, I love the pandemic EBT.
I miss it.
I miss it.
Come on.
America.
Look. Okay,
Anybody
Biden.
else miss it too?
Anybody in the White House? Come on.
Hello.
Because the times are still hard. Inflation is high as I went to Walmart earlier last week. And I had one of them little carts, not the big carts, but the little carts.
And
only the top part was filled, and it wasn't that many stuff. My stuff came out to be $90.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
When Aldi prices are getting high,
then I know it's something.
It's a whole problem out here in these streets. When
it's a whole problem in the streets.
I'm doing Uber Eats just to feed my family.
I know somebody knows somebody who knows somebody that can get a message to the White House.
Oh yeah, and I gotta make this statement.
Go ahead.
Okay, because I work in the food stamp office. This is the last month that people are going to get the maximum allotment for their household size. You starting January, what you was approved for, that's how much you're going to get. No more pandemic EBT pandemic food stamps, where they put you to the maximum amount. So the maximum amount now for a one-person household is $250. Okay, so if you only approved for $20, January you're gonna get $20. So I would suggest for those that have a lot of kids and got the maximum amount, y'all don't sell y'all stamps because next month y'all gonna get however much y'all supposed to get. And I know our office is gonna be packed with calls on why we didn't get this much stamps.
Correct.
How much we don't get that much stamps.
Wow.
Make sure y'all act accordingly. Alex, we're gonna get to something similar in just a second. Facebook is now Meta.
Why? Let me choose my words carefully. Let me hush. Go ahead.
I don't understand it. So I don't know why. I don't quite understand it. I have a friend that kind of understands it, so we might have him on the show because I don't understand it at all. I need somebody to break it down to me because it's the same old Facebook to me. I don't see where there have been any changes at all. But it's supposed to be kind of like a virtual reality type of thing. I haven't seen the virtual reality portion of it. I haven't delved into it. I don't know if you have to pay for it. I'm not sure what they are trying to accomplish with Meta.
Right.
Somebody's going to have to school me on that.
Please.
Don't know it all. Alex said, my dad is working every day for so many hours and he's very respected by his bosses, but they take advantage of him. I haven't paid him for almost 10 years now. He only gets Christmas salary or Easter salary, and even that is half of the original salary. But here, when you work, usually on Christmas and Easter, you get extra payment as a reward. I don't know if you had that in it. No, we have Christmas.
If you work in Christmas and Easter, if you work in Christmas, you get double payment. You get double time.
Jobs, not all.
Yeah.
Some jobs you
10
don't.
years
but that's against a lot of not paying the folks to work.
Well, now he's in Greece.
Right. I'm talking about in the U.S.
But here, no, we work, we get paid. That's what has to happen over here.
We got labor laws.
That's
it. Labor laws. 10 years. Oh my God.
Whatever you want to call it, it's gonna be a problem.
Wow.
A whole problem. That's ridiculous, though.
That is.
Oh, that was supposed to be out. Y'all just... Right.
Well,
R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. Speaking of what Alex was referring to. R. Kelly was found guilty. And they got him on federal charges. So I don't think R getting out no time in this lifetime at all, period. And he was, I'm not gonna say well respected in our community, but a lot of us loved his music, listened to his music.
Yes, I did.
And then all hell broke loose. And now you got people fighting on a daily basis as to whether or not to support him and still listen to his music, or you got some people who have removed R. Kelly out of their playlist. Then we have Bill Cosby, which I struggle with Bill Cosby's situation. And the reason why I struggle with Bill Cosby's situation is, at the most, I believe that Bill Cosby cheated on his wife.
He did.
He had a hotation going on. He was
a hoe. He's a hoe. He was a hoe.
He took advantage of his celebrity in that sense. Because he was paying for folks to stay where they stayed. He was paying for cars and jewelry, and you met him when he came to your city or your town. You was in the hotation. That's how I feel. However, I'm just keeping it real. However, he was wrong. And here's the thing: you played the doctor on TV. You were not a doctor in real life. So, in that being said, or with that being said, you ain't have no right to get nobody no medication. You can't get nobody. I don't want you to get nobody no Benadryl. I don't want you to get no Prelude. I don't want you to get nothing. Don't do that.
But see, back in them days, back in the 60s and the 70s, that's what they did.
That was the thing to do. Correct. And I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. I believe that was the thing to do back then. And everybody did the drugs and did that thing. But he still took advantage of the situation, in my opinion. He was not right. I'm not saying that Bill Cosby was right, but I also
he was not.
At the time in the 60s, as a white woman, my privilege was like, not saying that privilege is not a thing now. At that time, he colored. in the 60s and the 70s, there would have never been a Cosby show. Ever been a Cosby show.
Right.
Because as a white woman, my privilege says I can go tell somebody that he thought about raping me, and that's it.
He would have been hung.
He would have been hung. When Bill came to fame, not very long from then, not even 10 or 11 years before that, a white lady lied on a little boy in Mississippi, and he died.
Come on.
So you can't tell.
And what's happening to her now? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
So you can't tell me.
So Bill,
that you a white woman and Bill Cosby raped you and he ain't go to nobody's jail until 100 years later.
That's 100.
That's what I'm struggling with. I'm not saying Bill is right.
Because he's not.
Home. You should have flew your wife where you were.
But then the case that they got him on, he had already settled out of court.
Oh, that lady's a millionaire. Yeah. That lady is a millionaire.
And then the district attorney used stuff against him that they shouldn't have used.
Yep. Because
that's why he's out. It's not because he wasn't guilty.
Right.
He was guilty, but y'all didn't do what y'all was supposed to be doing.
Y'all didn't do what y'all was supposed to do security. So then now they're trying to get him back. I say let Bill live out the rest of his days.
I give him another decade. I give him a decade.
Going blind, and I need him to have several seats. Sir, you rich. You got money. You don't need to generate no more income.
Sit down and be quiet.
Let me say this. Howard University and any of the other schools that Bill has donated to, if y'all feel so strongly about Bill and what he did, give him his money back.
Give him his money back.
Give him his money back. Give it back.
Give it back.
I wanted to crucify Felicia Rashad for the statement that she made. Give that man his money back. If you feel that strongly, get that man his money back.
If you're so offended and shocked and appalled,
give him his money back, because wrong is wrong. Give that man his money back and let him live out the rest of his days and let him retire in whatever. Hey, I'm sure he got his wife giving him hell at home. I'm sure she is. I'm almost certain because she's a black woman now. Let's be real. We don't let off the gas, baby. We might stand by you in public, but we sleeping in separate beds at the house. Okay, I'm gonna let you know the foot ain't off the gas at the house.
Yeah,
it's not. That woman gave that man 5 kids, took care of them while he was on the road doing God knows what with whoever. He spent time in jail.
Right.
That's my thought behind it. Very beloved character over here, Alice. I don't know if you have the Cosby Show or not over there in Greece. Have y'all ever seen the Cosby Show or A Different World? I love A Different World.
Love A Different World. Oh my God.
But that's my thought process behind it. I feel like let that man just be at the house. Don't take him through no more stuff he can't see. Let him be at the house with his wife.
And R. Kelly, I believe that whoever was enabling him should be right beside him.
He need to be in solitary confinement at all times. Okay.
Right.
He took advantage of little girls.
Yes.
He graduated to like young adults.
Right.
But he took advantage of children.
Children. That's my thing. That's the thing I just.
Okay.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
He took advantage of kids. Okay.
Right. That cuts it. That cuts it for me.
And I believe everything the little girl said, the girls that was talking about the young children. Now the grown women who had the opportunity to walk their butt up at that man's house, you done went to that man's house because you thought you was going to get something for nothing. Right. And he said, no. We're going to lock you up and you're going to be this good old slave. That I don't feel sorry for the grown people. The children is who I feel sorry for. The little girls, the parents were looking for them and they were locked up in the house for 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time. These folks looking for their kids and they at your house.
Right.
In the dungeon.
No, absolutely not. I actually, and my husband, we already talked about this. If the girls, and they won't, but if just the thought of one of my babies being caught up in something like that.
Let me
It's
say
murder.
this. Every parent that sent their child away without going with somebody, let me say this. If Jalen or Joshua decided that they were going to sing or
Come
be in
on.
the entertainment industry any way, shape,
Come
or
on with it.
form, I'm
Say
going.
it.
I quit my job. We're going on the road.
We.
I'll move back in with my mama, my daddy, whoever I got to move back in with, so I can make sure that
We.
don't nobody take advantage of my kids. No, we're gonna
That's
take care of lies you tell. I'm gonna take care of them. I'm
Mm.
their mother, and that's where I'm
That's
going.
right.
I'm going with my kids. So here's the
That's
thing.
right.
I love Aaliyah, God rest. I ironically got her shirt on today. Love her, God rest her soul. Her mom and daddy failed their baby. Her uncle failed that baby. They failed that baby. They sent that baby on the road by herself to get taken advantage of by this disgusting human being who got
Yes.
his own issues, with being abused, and he put that on so many girls.
Yes. Yes.
So many girls.
So countless. You can't even count them.
And
You
let me
can't
say
count
this.
them.
If it was the parents took the girls to him, no, this man was on the high school campus recruiting girls.
Up in McDonald's too. Right. It's just crazy. It's just crazy the way the mind, his mind, and everyone else around him who enabled this mess, the way it worked, the way you prayed daily upon these poor children.
Yes.
Daily?
And I don't
You
care.
ate,
They
slept, and thought
said,
about. I mean,
no,
what?
no. They are children. He is a grown man. He took
Thank
advantage
you.
of the situation. Point blank in the
Right.
period.
And
Period.
it's sick. It's sick.
Throw him under the jail. He needs to not
Please.
be able to continue to do the stupid stuff that he has been doing for
Yeah.
all these years. I believe he did what he did to Aaliyah. I believe that.
Yeah.
And then her mama, that's not true, girl. Your daughter got married. You didn't even know she went and got married.
Thank you.
I'm gonna need you not to open your mouth. We don't want to hear from you. I don't care what your
Yeah.
story is. You didn't take your tail on the road with your child and make sure your child was protected.
We
So
know
you ain't
that.
got nothing to say to me,
Right.
period. And
You
that's
didn't
on
protect her.
period.
Yeah.
No, that ain't true. I don't believe what you said because you weren't there. Period. She had a duck with her. No, she didn't. Her uncle went with her on them trips. Her uncle was
No.
running a record label.
Right. Right.
Okay. Let's go to the next story.
Okay, we will. Alex said, you see, what I think is sometimes fame can cause someone to go nuts. There are a lot of examples of people that become suddenly popular and either they couldn't handle it or did something bad to themselves or they did something bad to someone else. Yes, honey. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something. Now I love Paul Rudd.
I love Paul Rudd.
However,
But wait,
It should have been Reggae J. Paul. It should have been
man,
Reggae Jean.
let me look real good. Oh no, I don't see it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It needed to be Reggae Jean. Reggae Jean.
I love Paul. Listen, I love Paul. We also have to remember that this is people. This ain't no black syndicated magazine.
It's
This is
show
white
like
people. Okay. So whatever.
Hold on. I don't see how he beat the Duke of Hastings. Come on.
I'm gonna say this again. This is run by the white folk. We colored, he colored.
Well, and a colored man been named sexiest man
I
alive.
understand that. I'm just telling you where I'm
has,
coming
but,
from. I don't know what the criteria was for this. I don't know if it's because he's an Avenger. I'm not
I
sure
have
what
that
it
issue,
is.
by the way.
But
I have that issue.
even as an Avenger, I feel like maybe Chris Hemsworth, even Captain
Reggae Jean. Reggae Jean
America's
Paul.
ass. He should have been sexiest man.
Page.
Paul Rudd,
Reggae Jean Page. Reggae Jean.
Ryan Reynolds, I would have took him.
Reggae Jean.
Paul Rudd,
Reggae Jean.
I hollered.
I said Reggae Jean.
Reggae Jean.
I cannot.
Here's the other thing too. Well, I ain't gonna say this.
Reggae
I
Jean.
agree with you, Wendy. I'm just telling you why this did not happen. Okay,
Vacation.
they was not going. They was not gonna go for that. I hollered
Vacation.
when I saw this though, because this was not expected. Okay, not
What's the
saying he's
one?
not. I just
What's
don't
the
see sexiest man alive when I look at Power. That's not what I see.
Yeah.
look? What's that one phenomena? Reggaeton. Do, 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 do. Oh, reggaeton. Do, 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 do. Oh, reggaeton. Do,
Oh,
do,
Lord.
do, do,
So,
do, 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 do,
this is
do,
your
do, do, do,
sexiest
do, do,
man
do.
alive
Oh,
already.
reggaeton.
All right, next time.
Oh, reggaeton.
And he got a little bed
Oh,
going
reggaeton.
I'm sorry.
Girl,
This is
I
just
don't.
all
It makes me want to laugh. And they say he's the sweetest person ever. He probably is really
And
sweet,
I'm sure he is.
but
But
You know
sex
what movie he got
alive?
me having me cracking up on? This is 40.
baby, every movie he in, he had me crack. He is like, so Paul is like Ryan Reynolds is in every freaking film. Every freaking film.
He's got that good
Ryan
comic
Reynolds
relief.
is a whole, even if it's a serious role, he got to put a joke in there. So that's what this man is. They are the same person, except Ryan Reynolds is more so an asshole, and and Paul Rudd is, you know who he is.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious in everything he does. He's on this show with Will Ferrell right now, and it's supposed to be it's like a dark comedy, but I'm cracking up every time because I'm like, oh my God, it's something. And then you got these two fools on the same show together. It's crazy. But there go your sexiest man alive. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Calendar of events. Alex said, I love you. Thinking about different topics is so amazing. I would definitely speak with my family, so they can join as well. I mean, they can't understand English, but still, okay.
Thank you.
I love it. All right, here we go.
We got to go through these quickly, please.
We are.
Yeah.
January, we're doing good though. We just a little over 2 January was the White House insurrection. This is where they showed us that even though we have you on tape doing what you ain't supposed to do, guess what?
You can still get away with it.
They get away with it.
Right.
And the politicians that you threaten, they're gonna cover your butt.
Foolishness.
They're still going through proceedings about the insurrection right now. This took place on January the 6th, by the way.
Yes. Woman who used to serve in the military got shot and killed because she wouldn't stand back. Y'all talking about police brutality. She should have complied. The way y'all say about black people, they should have complied. She should have complied.
Should have complied. Absolutely.
That part.
I thought that this was crazy. Like I said, they're still going through trials right now with this. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty insane. Did not agree with this. I feel like everybody should have went to jail. Like y'all should have been arrested. Y'all should have sent the military to start arresting people immediately. That's how I feel.
Immediately.
Had it been a Million Man March at the Capitol?
No, Black Lives Matter. That summer before, they had the Black Lives Matters thing. They had military force there waiting on them.
And kill had we stormed the Capitol like that. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that would have turned out differently had it been black people. There were a few sprinkles of chocolate there who are stuck on stupid, and that's fine. But and so if they got arrested, they got what they deserve. But yeah, you know, it's crazy.
And they expected Trump to pardon them, but he's no longer president.
Right. Y'all did that.
So yeah.
They're also still trying to prove that Trump incited them or incited that riot. And they're still trying to get that done. So they're going through those proceedings still. Almost a year later, they're still going through proceedings to arrest people and get people locked up and that sort of thing. February, Gorilla Glue Girl.
Oh my gosh. This woman here. And then, okay, but here's my thing. Okay, you mistakenly put Gorilla Glue in your hair, that's fine. and you got help for it. Now you're on TikTok saying that you try to dye your hair and your hair is coming out, but we don't see no bald spots. All we seeing is hair that doesn't even really fit the texture of your hair. So it seems like you're scamming us. So if I was your hair, I will sue you.
Let me say this,
Mm.
ma'am. Don't do your hair.
Have
Go
several
and just
seats.
save up the money and go get your hair done. I'm not for sitting in no beauty shop all day, but I feel like you need to sit in the beauty shop all day long and just let the professionals handle your hair. Because right now you are showing us that you don't know how to do what you do. I don't do hair, therefore I don't do my hair. See how that works? I wash my hair, I condition it. I might put a little steam cap on it, but typically I have a fro on my head when I get done with all of those things. Otherwise, someone else is doing my hair.
Hmm.
Ma'am, stop,
Yeah.
stop. Let somebody else, let somebody else who's gifted in the area of hair to do your hair.
Yes.
Just save your coins, baby. Save your coins.
Save your coins, honey.
Derek Jackson, who is supposed to be an influencer about relationships and marriage and have been giving people relationship advice for years. We
Especially the women. The women, the men hated him. The men hated him.
because they felt like he was giving away the game. But and a lot of things he
Hmm.
said made sense. But sir, how you gonna be an expert in something that you ain't even doing yourself?
And you cheating on your wife, and your
Cheating on
wife
your
got on a beanie. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. If I'm going on television, if I'm going on live or something, I'm
Okay.
laid. I'm gonna be laid.
Oh.
Cause you looking like, okay, yeah, he should have cheated on you.
no, I'm not
Thank
gonna
you.
say that. You made a whole commitment. I don't care how you look. That's who you chose. She walking around the house looking like that. You look at her every day.
Right.
I let me
That's
say
true
this.
too.
I feel like yes, you should look nice. You should look nice amongst your husband and your household. But nigga, you agreed to that. You signed up for that. You look at her every day, and I'm sure she walking around the house looking like that every day. That's an agreement.
Okay, well, hold on. But I'm sure she didn't start off looking like that.
She may not have, or
No.
she may have. I know some real homely looking sisters that got a husband and I don't. I'm
That's
just gonna
true.
put that out there right now.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
You know, I
I
know
wouldn't
some
know anything
real,
about that.
real sisters who don't wear no makeup. They sanctified
That's
and
true.
holy, and they wear the coach
That's true.
shirts all the time. And they got a
That's true.
whole name. Now he might not be
That's
doing
true.
her right. He might be doing her like Derek Jackson doing his wife, but they got a husband. Okay, you
Yeah.
agreed to that. And then the other
Right.
thing is you want around telling folks how their relationship and how their lives go. I ain't never gonna blame the woman for a man cheating on. Just like I'm not gonna blame the man if the woman cheating on him. I'm not gonna do
Mm.
that. I ain't doing that at all. I would have got on the camera on the live late. This is the other thing. I don't know that when she first got on there, if I remember correctly, I don't think she was expecting to get on the live with him. That was the other thing I thought about too. Now after that, she kept getting on the live looking like that. I said, "Wait a minute, ma'am. You need to
Right.
put on some lip gloss,
Why are you so comfortable looking like that?
put your contacts on, do something.
Please.
This ain't working out." But he was wrong for how he did his wife.
Yeah.
What's April? What
Right.
was
Yeah.
April?
April. Okay, so we don't watch Jocelyn Hernandez um show because it comes on Zeus, and I refuse to purchase another subscription service to watch anything, especially not for no
Mhm.
Jocelyn Hernandez. Somebody else
Right.
was on there that I was interested in watching, then maybe, but not Jocelyn. So she has Jocelyn's Cabaret, and one of the girls got up and talked about how she
Do
had
it like it's your B day.
huh, had an abortion, and she was pregnant with twins, and she aborted them because she felt like she uh could not take care of them. And the girl behind her said, "Oh, a double homicide." I was like,
Oh,
so yeah, yeah.
really?
So
Wow.
that's what that is. A lot of people thought it was funny and hilarious. I didn't think that was funny because she didn't have to share it with the group, but she did.
Yeah.
Jocelyn kind of sort of had a heart a little bit. I saw in that moment. But that's what April is. I don't think much else happened in April except for that. Moving on to May.
May. Oh Lord.
Portia. One of my favorite housewives. However,
I was gonna say I really like Portia.
I love
I
her.
don't get this though.
I love
Maybe I
her.
don't know the real her. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So according in May, we found out that Portia was engaged to Simon Guobadia, who was
Mm.
previously married to her former co-star Fallon Guobadia. She would change her name to Pena now. Back to Pena now.
Mm-hmm.
She met
Mm-hmm.
Simon through Fallon, from my understanding, and there were so many rumors going around about how they actually met. We do know that
It's
reality
off.
TV
I'm
is
doing
not
this.
always reality, if you will.
Right.
We know that they set up scenes, and they create different scenarios to make situations work and pop. So it's not 100% reality TV because you're not really catching them in a particular moment. You're setting the scenes up. Well, they had Portia introduce Fallon as her friend, and they actually were not friends. Okay. Not only that, Fallon, according to Simon, was caught cheating on him while he was gone out of town. He set up some cameras, so he showed the cameras of the Jalen guy who she is now engaged to and just had a baby by, coming to the house when he was not supposed to be at the house. So
Mm.
there are a lot of red flags going across the board. Now, again, I love
Right.
Portia, love her dearly. However, this did not look good for optics, and I think she knows that because we've been watching her show, and she said
Yeah.
it don't look good. I know how it looks. Um, she has since not gone back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's
Okay.
doing her show and promoting that and dealing with that. She's also promoting her book right now, Pursuit of Portia.
Mm-hmm.
But that was made.
Have you seen Pursuit of Portia? Have you read it yet?
Huh?
Have you read Pursuit of Portia or
Not yet. I have some
okay?
Audible credits, so I think I'm gonna put it on my Audible rotation. I'm not finished with Tiffany Haddish book yet, and I got
Okay.
some other books in my rotation, so I'm gonna use it to purchase that. Also, the Real Housewives book too. I'm gonna get that one too because that has some really juicy details. We're gonna talk about that eventually on one of the episodes. Then
June.
June was Ronnie O'Neal, who tried to kill his family. He killed all but one of his children who was able to testify. And when he was doing his closing arguments, he was doing something crazy, and then he yelled out, "Y'all, got me messed up. If you think I'm going, if I give a damn." The judge had to shut him down and close him down. Of course, he was found guilty, but it was really hard to see his son get on the stand and say, "Bro, you killed mom and you killed what the other sibling." It was
Yeah.
really, really hard to see that kid. I think the baby was maybe 8 or 9, something like that, and he had to testify against his father.
Mm.
You remember the Leicester Street murder
Yeah,
where where the kids that Uncle Jesse did it?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it always hurts my
Yes.
heart when a kid has to be put through that
That's right.
trauma.
That's
And
right.
so that wasn't cool at all. Um,
No.
July is Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri bodied the Olympic trials, and then a
She,
month later, they said, "Girl, you can't go to the Olympics." They said the reason why you can't go is because we found out that you was smoking weed. Now keep in mind she had lost her mom. She was going through some things emotionally, and then she had to continue to keep this persona. What I did like about this situation was that Nike didn't drop her. She's been in several Nike ads since then, so she's still
right.
getting her paper. She's still gonna
Right.
be running with her team. They didn't kick her off the team.
Mm-hmm.
And she runs the school that she runs with or runs for. I think is in or where she lives at. I'm sorry, is in Colorado. So that's where she trains and she does a thing. I do think that the races after the trials, she didn't do well in. I really think she got in her head. A lot of people said she was too much of hype. I said, no, she's a good athlete. Allow that baby to do, and she needs to take some time for her. And that's another thing. The athletes are not machines. And I feel like at that point of junction, she wasn't ready. She should not have continued on their journey, and she should have taken some time because she still had to deal with, the grief and that sort of thing that she had to go through.
Right.
August. This lady came in this man's yard talking about, yo, you was laughing at my boyfriend and he was up all night crying. That man immediately told that woman to get out his yard and all hell broke loose. This was a lot of memes, if y'all remember, on social media with this little white lady, and I didn't know what it was until I saw the video. This man got his water hose and sprayed the house full of crackheads from next door that came over saying, hey, you was laughing at. He said, I'm going to laugh at you every time I see you. Every time I walk out this house, I'm going to laugh at you. It was so funny. But it caused a frenzy, and they made a lot of memes of this lady. I don't know her name. They didn't give the names of the neighbors. I'm sure they're still going through some turmoil, and I'm going to leave somebody to have some cameras on them. But he sprayed all them people in that house that came in his yard with their water hose. I'm coming back.
Yes, I would have to.
No, get out of my yard. I told you several times to get out of my yard. Get out of my yard.
You're trespassing, right?
Trespassing. So if y'all want to see the video, it's woman mad at neighbor for making her boyfriend cry up all night or something like that. It's funny. Funny exchange. September was the Squid Game. We talked about the Squid Games on Why are you shaking your head, Charmaine?
Because he's on
my childhood games have been distorted. I am traumatized.
Right. Mama, I need to talk to you. I said, talk to me about what? I saw that new show. I said, what show? It's called The Squid Game. Baby, I ripped my wig right off. I said, excuse me? You doing what?
Not your wig off.
The whole thing, baby. Bald-headed. I said, excuse me. What are you doing? Who introduced? My friend. They sent me the link. So anyway, again, here we go with this new age crap again. Here we go. Stuff I never had to deal with. Stuff y'all never had to deal with. What is this? Go ahead.
But kind of get me thinking they probably do that stuff in real life because it's overpopulated over there.
What if they did that here in America? What if somebody out the blue came to you and said, listen, you can make a lot of money playing these little basic little games? Never mind. Nope.
No, I saw Squid Games. Nope.
I saw this movie. The black person dies first.
Hold on. Now tell me this. Now I want y'all to be honest with me. If y'all driving on the expressway and you see an 18-wheeler with logs on it, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm not riding behind that, baby. I saw that movie.
Final Destination. I'm out.
If I see a truck with logs on it or anything on it, I'm not riding behind. I'm getting in the other lane. Right. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I ain't doing it. Will not.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Why are you getting over? Don't worry about why I'm getting over. Just know I'm saving lives over here. Okay?
So if somebody comes to me saying, hey, I know you have financial problems, but guess what? You can be in these games. Guess what? I'm going the opposite way.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna have financial problems. Why? Because I seen the Squid Game.
Right.
Only one can survive to the end.
Right.
Everybody got to die except for one person.
This doesn't end well.
At all. All right, October. We saw this mess. I was highly perturbed. This man who claims to be this girl's godfather married her. Now she's 18 years old. They have a 2-year-old child together. So he been sleeping with her since
she was a teenager.
Turned 18.
At least.
And he also slept with her mom so that the
Right.
mom can get some bills paid.
Nasty.
This is
Nasty.
disgusting. I don't blame the child. I blame the grown people in the situation. She's
Yeah.
a child still. In her mind, she's 18 years old.
She grown. That's what she talking about. She was like, I'm tired of people talking to me. I'm grown. I'm a grown woman.
Not grown.
Honey, I've been out on my own since I was 14 years old.
And I believe that because the mama looks like she on some type of
Right. But just because you've been out on your own since you was 14 does not make a grown person.
Thank you. Thank you. It does not
your,
add up.
Your brain is not fully developed until you're 25, honey.
This is what
Right.
and this is, let me say this. I've heard stories of this happen more so than not, and not just in back in the day. Because a lot of situations back in the day, there were women who had to get married young, and their husbands were a lot older than them because they were messing with the little girls. They got pregnant and they had to get married. I've heard of situations that's happened even in today's times. That's happened. And it's still happening and going on because people feel like they should be able to be with somebody who they can take advantage of, and that's not their equal, so that they can run them and run their lives. I think it's disgusting. I think it's crazy. And I really wish somebody would get a hold to this baby and get her away from that man, because that's predatory,
right,
to say the least. November, I did not have time to try to alter this. I'm gonna try to make my own next year, so we'll be better prepared. November, two things happened. One, Astro World took place and happened, and that's when Travis Scott had a festival in Houston. They did not have the proper security. It was pretty overcrowded. It was an outside festival, but it was a lot of people. People died. I think they're up to a death toll of 10. A lot of people got injured because people were trying to search the stage. And this is behavior that he has encouraged at two previous festivals that he's been headlining on or a participant in. And a lot of people, there's debates as to whether or not he is at fault for this. There are debates as to whether or not he should be so fully responsible for this, along with Live Nation and the other organizers of Astro World. I think it's sad all the way around. He did offer to pay for the funerals of the families who passed, but from what I heard, those that offer was declined by each family.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I feel bad for I feel bad, but I don't feel bad for the people going, because especially the ones that when Travis said, you know what, we're going to try to sneak you in.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not noted that the people who tried to sneak in were the ones who got killed.
That's true. And I feel bad for the people who lost their lives, especially the little boy.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I was upset.
Never should have been
Kylie,
there.
Well, he was there with his parent, and Travis Scott is his favorite artist. So because of that, he took his 9-year-old to the festival where it's supposed to be. And the kids, let me say this, the kids know about these artists. I don't know nothing about half of these mumble rappers. My child know all of them. Travis Scott did a concert on what's the name of the game that they play? Oh my God. What's the name of the game where they shoot? Joshua. He's asleep. I can't think of the name of the game right now. He did a live concert on that game. And the kid, he watched the whole thing. He was excited. He was up. He was dancing. He was jumping. He was having a ball at that concert that man did in the game. He was a virtual figure in the game and did a whole concert. I thought that was good. I thought that was deep. He playing the game right now. I just don't know the name of it.
Grand Theft Auto.
It's the other one where they shooting, not the Grand Theft Auto. They got the purple.
Dang
cloud.
it!
The purple cloud. They got the get around.
I thought y'all knew. Hold on, then why y'all in here if you don't know?
Hold on. I'm gonna get the name right now because he's yelling at somebody.
There's a song.
I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about
What did Travis Scott do about a game?
because my son used to play the game.
What song?
It's Fortnite. It's
What
Fortnite.
song?
Fortnite, yes,
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm having a connection. I'm like, oh,
I'm still on the line here. Okay, so Fortnite, that's what it is. So he
Come on.
so he played. Come out of here. Calm down.
I'm sorry. It's
He
a
was
whole
playing
zoo over here.
So yeah, it's Fortnite. So the kids know about the rappers and stuff because they have deals with and different endorsements with different companies and different places to where the kids know.
You all know?
Know what?
You know about the rappers and stuff already.
About
Yeah,
the rappers?
rappers in general,
yeah.
honey.
Come on,
Rappers.
folks.
Get out of here. Bye. Go ahead.
So also in November,
This is
we
my
lost
Yeah.
Memphis' own Young Dolph. It was really a bad situation with that. There have been a lot of allegations thrown around by conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
One of the biggest conspiracy theorists here in the city of Memphis have really been throwing some allegations around. I feel like we've watched one too many episodes of Law and Order SVU, and we think we can solve the case. I feel like we need to let Memphis police do their job and find who killed this young man. He rapped, but he was really about economic empowerment. He taught his kids that, and the kids are young still.
his kids are set nicely. His kids are set up
Financially,
properties
absolutely.
in their name.
A lot of people don't do that though, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about that in the month of January. We're gonna have another legacy conversation because a lot of people are not setting their kids up right when it comes to investing and making sure that you're leaving a legacy behind for them. So we're gonna have another episode about that at the top of the year. I can't wait. But yeah, so he did lose his life here in Memphis. Two things also happened in December. The first thing that happened was on December the 2nd, when I was gangster walking, and I'm still feeling a little pain from doing that. 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony had their verses. I had that on the TV. Do you understand?
Yeah, what? My son was looking at me. What you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about this.
So I had to sneak and listen to the radio and sneak and listen to the tape that we had made. Y'all ain't heard me. Listen.
It brought me back to the time one time we was in the car and I said, Mama, they got a song called Give Me What You Got for a Pork Chop. And I remember my niece was like 4 or 5. And my mama said, what's a pork chop? My niece looked at her and meat.
Oh my God.
She was like, you don't know, that's meat. Duh.
Wow.
But my mom was like, what do he mean by pork chop? What you mean by the pork chop? She's like, what's a pork
They were
chop?
asking for the
Brittany said meat.
For pork. I'm gonna give you the meat of pork chop. And then I'm gonna give me what you got.
That sounds like Brittany.
And it rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat, boom.
I enjoyed that verses. I really, really did. Clearly,
then they got to fighting.
They did get to fight
because of Crazy Bone, because of Crazy Bone.
So it was not. It was busy.
It was busy
Bone.
Busy said, "Y'all ugly MFers aren't gonna keep mocking me," and then Juicy J said, "Suck my big," and then he threw the water bottle at old Juicy J, and then they got together. So that's how that happened. That's how that went down. Busy apologized. They shook up. They shook and made up. Busy had to go, I guess, take his medicine. I have a shirt made, and the young lady, I got to find her name because I'm gonna wear it at the top of the year when we come back. I wore it, but y'all couldn't see it, just like you can see my Aaliyah shirt. And it says you mustn't take your pills and say Gangsta Boo 2021. So I got that shirt made. I am going to wear it so y'all can see it, and I'm gonna have the young lady's name who made the shirt for me because I like to, whoever makes paraphernalia shirts and that sort of thing, I like to give them a big up. I like to put them on the platform, so I want to make sure y'all know she can make your shirts. So that was an awesome thing. I enjoyed it. I stayed up and was sleeping the next morning because I stayed up and watched it. But normally I don't stay through the whole, but I stayed through that entire verses from beginning to end. Even when the DJs, what they started behind, was DJing back and forth. I watched the whole thing. I was super excited about it. Now let's talk about
Uh-oh.
Coach Prime getting his number one high school draft pick
Yes.
the Florida State University thought they had. And
Didn't it give you kind of the Blind Side vibe when Michael Orr went to Ole Miss and the Vols was upset and they wanted to have that investigated?
Well, kind of, sort of, but not really, because here's the thing. With that, hold on, because I gotta get this baby's name. I know his name is Travis. I just can't think of his last name right now. Okay, this is not. So what happened was they thought that he was going to choose Florida State University. And his video, oh my God. His video was so amazing. They said he shouldn't have did it. Travis Hunter is his name. He had all of the heads of the schools that had reached out to him that, he was planning on potentially making a decision between, and he knocked all them hats on the floor and put on Jackson State hat. I thought it was so cool. I loved it. I don't care what nobody say. I enjoyed watching him do that. White people were upset. Florida State was upset. Somebody put a rumor out there that Travis has signed a $1.55 million contract with Barstool Sports. It's so many different things and so many different rumors that were coming about. Let me tell you how he sold this baby on coming to Jackson State. He invited that baby to homecoming. He came to our homecoming game.
Uh-huh.
I bet they let him tailgate and everything. That baby fell in love, and he came right on home to Jackson State.
Bingo.
We got some more top recruits that have been recruited. And I'm also seeing that there are some other top recruits going to other HBCUs. I saw Grambling and Southern got some. Alabama State just got some. I'm excited for this because here is the thing. We got to stop acting like HBCUs are not competitive. We have to stop acting like that.
Right.
That used to be the only place that we could go to play ball.
Right. Why all of a sudden they an afterthought now? Well, they were.
Because here's the thing. We have been taught that white is right and we are wrong. That's all it is. They the coach from Clemson was saying now he could have chose a quality education. Sir, I don't know any graduates from Clemson. I'm sure somebody does, but I don't.
Right.
Right. Another
not black that is
Lane Kiffin. I guess he don't want the proper training that he would get to compete in the NFL. Sir, we have had more Hall of Famers than you did at Ole Miss. Like, come on, bro.
Right.
Stop. We are
where these racist comments coming from? Where they're coming from? Right.
Their hoods were showing. Okay.
So with the eyeballs cut out.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Their hoods were showing. You lost. Yes. And just be open to the fact that you lost and do better next year. Here's the other thing. If I'm looking at a school that is 11 and at the time when he made this decision, 11-1, we're now 11-2 because we did lose the bowl game on Saturday. I'm highly upset. I was yelling at the TV so loud. But Florida State is 4-6 or 7 or something like that. 4-6. I think that's what they are. 4-6. And we are 11-1. Who do you think Bruh Man gonna choose to go play for? I want to play for the winning team. I don't want to play for the losing team. Winners. There's also a conversation of the bowl game. So we had the Celebration Bowl. Um, bye, Alex.
Bye, Alex.
It's really late over there. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow us and make sure you look out. Go over to the YouTube page too. Let me put this up before you leave real quick. Let me put the banner up. Go and subscribe to the YouTube page over at the Size Up Official Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time. We're gonna be on tomorrow night as well, so make sure you join us if you can. All right. So yeah, I really think that, hi Eric.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
We're talking about sports, so he wants to chime in about
Oh,
Dion.
come on, turn on in, brother.
Oh no, congrats to Dion. He's doing everything great that he needs to be doing. It's a great thing for HBCU and Jackson State and just all of them, really.
Yeah.
I'm proud of what's going on and what he's doing down there, and it's about time that they're getting recognition.
Yeah.
Me for one, I didn't go to HBCU, but I always wanted to. That's a long story.
Me too. I was supposed to go to Clark Atlanta.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
I had paid money to start going and everything, but my mom and my dad couldn't do it.
I thought you said this, Charmaine. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And the majority of the colleges that I applied and got accepted to was HBCUs.
Yeah.
UT Chat was the only school in Tennessee that I applied to.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't apply to none of the schools in Tennessee because I wanted to spread my wings and fly away.
Okay.
I applied to everything outside of the state of Tennessee. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, hubby. That's my babe. Go ahead, babe.
Yeah. So I really think that it's really good. I'm glad. And a lot of people keep saying that Dion's trying to leave so he can go coach at Florida State. First of all, we do have a contract for Dion. I think it's a 5-year contract, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's at least going to stay there until his sons graduate, but I don't know that he's going to leave after that contract is up. He's not motivated by money at this point. He's really motivated by doing what needs to be done to make sure that not just Jackson State gets the recognition that they need, but that all HBCUs get the recognition that they need. So what he's doing is important for the culture and for our brand. And so I'm super excited about that.
Yes.
Super excited.
His heart and mind in the right place.
Right.
Right.
All right. So I got to set this up. But we are going to
let's show some respect.
We are going to do a short little slide here for those we have lost this year. So y'all bear with me. Y'all know how technologically. Ooh, I don't know.
That's all right. That's all right. We here.
I hope to God this is the right one. Oh crap! It's supposed to have music, y'all.
No, it's probably good that we don't have the music.
It's unlicensed music.
Oh, okay.
Are we saying any of the names?
No. It's showing on the screen. I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah.
I just want to sing It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday.
Right?
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Oh, that hurt me right there.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the right one because he had to go back and spell Bismarck's name right.
Wow.
That hurt me right there too.
Yeah.
She was a wonderful actress.
Oh, Night Court.
Yeah.
Oh, that I was like, oh, but she lived a long life
Oh,
though.
she did.
She did.
That hurt me too.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Earl.
Absolutely.
She didn't even know he passed this year. She thought
I
he
did
was
not.
already
I
gone.
thought that man was already gone.
Wow.
That's Hooks from the police
Right.
academy.
Yeah, that was tough.
Man, now when I heard that, I cried.
Right, because I read almost all his books.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, baby. Do the hump,
Do the
hump.
Humpty Hump.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Old Paul Mooney.
Man, he lived a long life too.
He did. That man was that man
Okay,
right there.
so you didn't add the Prince of Edinburgh, the Prince Philip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give
Yes.
respect and honor. Hats off to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you for all your contributions.
Yes. All righty. So, are we doing? Is anything bugging us? Anything over the year bugged us?
You know it's my thing.
I already know it's Uber. I already know. I know.
You guys. I showed y'all last week
She did.
Yes,
what
you
we
did.
see.
Thank you for the
And I'm telling
receipts.
you,
Thank you for that. I was
I'm
like,
telling
ooh,
you,
this is what she's been talking
you may think, okay, I did 15%, that's good of what you ordered. But if you have not paid no delivery fee, that's all we gonna get is your tip. So if you're gonna tip $2, guess what? It's gonna take a long time for somebody to pick up your order.
Because ain't nobody
Right.
Unless the person is the person. Because this weekend I was denying them, it left and right. Really, really, really.
Yeah. I don't necessarily have anything that's bugging me this week. Uh, I do want everybody to make sure y'all strong friends who they there for you every time you call. You need something, they got your back. They on the phone with you on hours on end, helping you or whatever. Just check on them. Call them, see how they doing. Make sure they okay.
Yeah.
Uh, that ain't that's not always the case, and a lot of times a lot of people are strong, and it's a mask, it's a facade. Sometimes you never know what somebody's going through, so make sure y'all check on your strong folks. That's it. That's all I got. Charmaine, you got
What about you,
anything?
Charmaine?
Well, I guess 2021 has been very, very interesting for me. I
Right.
can't say what's bugging me. I guess it's just more what I guess I should have done. So I guess what's bugging me was the fact that I was not taking care of my body.
Yeah.
And in March, I had a stroke. And everything changed overnight for me. In the middle of a pandemic, you had a stroke. So what I guess what bugged me was the fact that I was not doing what I was supposed to do for Charmaine.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my year in a just making sure I'm pushing out to more people. Take better care of yourself,
Yeah.
because you don't want your future. You don't want 2022 to be up in a hospital. That's not what you want. That's
No,
not what
that ain't
anybody
it.
wants.
It's not. Which leads me to this, and we're gonna in the new year. We are
Uh-huh.
going to start a series talking about visions and goals and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Just kind of some different things to help with planning. Are there anything that you guys want to see happen for the new year?
Me in a new house.
Amen.
And not just any old house.
And
I
we
have
believe
come
you.
to the decision.
Okay.
I need a new construction home loan. And I need to find somebody to build my house. Even these new houses they're building, the rooms are not big enough for if it's not the masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some big bedrooms because once I buy me a house, Clementine gonna sell hers and gonna move in with me. I already know this.
I love it. I love it.
She says she's tired of being a homeowner, so I might as well need to, you know.
And then she can just
If
she makes from
on the
stairs
master suite, and
house.
she's not gonna get the master suite. So I need to make sure that she has a mini suite.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Such a good daughter. Such a good daughter. I hear what you're saying. I hear you, girl.
Yeah,
You gotta treat yourself too.
absolutely.
My thing for 2022 is to continue to gain my mobility. I'm already cooking and cleaning the house, so I think I've come a long, long way. I just want to be able to drive again. I want a new car. So for 2022, she want a new car. And to
Okay.
continue losing weight and get healthy. Thank you, DE.
Yes.
What about you?
Babe.
I want to definitely in 2022 open my agency. And I want to also have my other businesses doing better than what they are doing. One of my businesses, due to the pandemic, I couldn't really focus on trying to do anything with it outside of me trying to make sure I held it down on my regular 9 to 5, and make sure I'm keeping up with kids and that sort of thing. But I do want to see um, multiple streams of income actually coming in for me. I want to see the podcast bringing in income as well. In the new year, I got to figure out how that works, but I definitely want to see that happen. So from YouTube and from um, uh, Facebook or wherever, Instagram or whomever, I just got to figure that out and got to find out how to do that because everybody that's involved with the podcast, I want to make sure that they are compensated for the time that they spend because it's a lot of time that we spend, on the podcast, together once a week. With me and Wendy, it's twice a week. So I want to make sure we're able to function and getting brand deals and that sort of thing, and being able to make that work for us. So that's what I want to see in 2022.
That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to sign off. Wendy, tell them how they can reach you.
As always, you can reach me on Facebook, Wendy Edingbourgh Smith. You can also get me on on Instagram. On Instagram at vlux76, and then shop with me 24/7 on my website www.marykay.com/WEDINGBOURGH. In 2 weeks it's gonna be my birthday, January 3rd. So I'm gonna have specials that week. So I'm gonna be posting on the Size Up website what's the specials and everything. So there you go.
All right. Charmaine, I don't have a poster for you, but tell us how we can reach you.
Just here on Facebook, Charmaine Shasha Palms.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get to mine, Jesus. Okay. First of all, Heather, whenever Heather come back, Heather's Passion Academy on Facebook and YouTube, and her website, HeathersPassionAcademy.com. Me, you can reach me on Facebook at Vicskeyas Faith More, Instagram at Vicskeyas Faith, and Twitter at Vicskeyas Faith. You also can contact us at The Size Up on Facebook at The Size Up, Instagram at The Size Up 2102, YouTube The Size Up Official Podcast, and via email The Size Up 2102 at gmail.com. Any topics you want to be a guest on the show, any of that, hit us up. You want some advice because in 2022 we read some listener letters and we get some advice. So I want you guys to make sure y'all email us in the new year so that we can get that information and we can read your stuff on the show. You also can listen to us on the podcast platforms: Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and SoundCloud. Thank you guys for joining us. We have enjoyed, I don't know how to, Jesus. We have super enjoyed you guys. Make sure y'all check us out. We're going to be back on January the 2nd for the Size Up. And January the 2nd. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the next week.
January the 2nd.
That's going to be, that's the night before my birthday. You know I'm going out, right?
I didn't know that. We didn't talk about that. You said we couldn't do it on the 3rd because that was your birthday. That's what we talked about. We didn't talk about Sunday. But We'll talk about that off camera.
Okay, we'll talk.
If we need to push it back, we can. Okay, so I have been notified that we are not coming up back on the 2nd of January. We will be back on. I'm sorry. We'll be back on the 9th of January, and then it's on. We will be back here tomorrow night. What time we coming on, Wendy?
7.
7. We will be here at 7 on tomorrow night. I'm gonna be home. Praise God. So I have time to get everything set up for that and get it going because I am off. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
So and then after that, we're gonna take a 2 weeks hiatus, and we will be back the 2nd week of January, not the 1st week of January, with both podcasts. So make sure y'all are tuned in for that, and make sure you're following us for any updates. Ladies, do you have anything else?
No.
All right, well, you guys have a Merry Christmas
God bless.
and a Happy New Year.
Bye.
And make sure, like I said, tomorrow night, come back here at 7 for It's On. Bye.
Bye. Bye, y'all.
Bye.